Good evening, Internet and Internet NFL draft fans. I know you're out there. Welcome to SB Nation's live draft party presented by JCPenney. Raise your game. My name is Dan Rubenstein. The two people next to me who have clearly raised their game. The game meters are maxed out. Matt Ufford, Elena Bergeron. Oh, they're good-looking people, and they've got information. They have knowledge, and we are ready to go because we have a long night ahead of us. There are 32 picks that will happen.
So many
It's going to go by in a blink, Dan.
In a blink over the next 3, 4, 5, 6, who even knows how many hours, and we have plans for you. We have games, we have activities. Look how much room we have for all of these activities. We've got a great group of people around here, all of your favorite SB Nation pals. They're wonderful. I mean, come on, they're wonderful. So, without further ado, we're going to go to a very important part of our show here tonight, and that is the social desk with Charlotte and Seth, and they're going to break down things even more for you.
Woo! Thanks, Dan.
Woo.
I'm Charlotte. This is Seth.
Hi, Seth.
And we are your social desk. We are your direct link to this weird party. If you want to hang with us, you can tweet at us with the hashtag SBNationLive. You can comment on the Facebook thing that you're watching on right now. And tell us your thoughts, your hot takes, your opinions, your sadness, your elation. And if they're really good, we'll put them on this big screen and you can be internet famous.
This is live, and you can participate. We're going to be looking at our Facebook comments. We're going to be looking at our Twitter replies. And we'll be incorporating them into a lot of the stuff we do. We're going to be having a pizza draft, and you can help pick toppings that actual humans in this building will have to eat.
Don't make it super gross, please.
No, please do make it super gross.
Yeah, make it as gross as you want.
We're going to be playing games. There's going to be Pictionary and other stuff where we'll be reading off of the Facebook comments and getting input from you guys. But for right now, most important,
we have Knocker Ball.
Yes.
And for this, we have former NFL offensive lineman. Now, so here's the thing. We have one of our writers, Alex Kirshner, is in the Knocker Ball in a studio. And you get to decide whether you want Jeff, former NFL player, or Seth, current rec league basketball player, to be the one to hit him as hard as he can. So if you want this, for Jeff, press the heart. For Seth, press the thumbs up, and we're gonna see.
we're watching.
Wait, I'm hitting the-
By the way, I should relate an anecdote right here. I recently lent Jeff, this is a true story, I lent Jeff my pen, and in the course of just normal writing, it exploded because that's how strong he is. Not that I don't want you to vote for me, because I would love to hit Alex.
He was like, oh, we need another one. We have more hearts than thumbs up, so we're gonna send Jeff in to
Here it comes, here it comes. There he goes!
Is Alex alive? Did Jeff kill Alex? Oh my God.
He's rolling.
He's done.
He's breathing.
That's it. Yeah!
Jeff, we need you to give a big old wave to the camera and just tell us how it
This is Jeff Schwartz, he just killed a man.
That was a little tiring, I'm not going to lie. I felt good.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Back to you, Dan.
All right, thank you for your service as well. A very important part of our show tonight, it's just less violent, I gotta be honest with you, it's not as violent as that, is Alex Rubenstein, SB Nation producer, is the figurative largest 49er fan in the known universe. Not literal, but Jeff might be the literal
pretty slim.
something.
He's pretty slim.
He's an incredibly deep diving 49ers fan.
He's a sick man.
Yeah, and if you don't believe me, that's cool. Watch this video of testimonials that proves everything.
If Alex were about alcohol or drugs the way he is about 49ers, he wouldn't be alive. Not like, hey, we have an intervention. No, Alex would have died years ago.
I have never seen someone love something, and not even a team, like anything, any person more than Alex loves the Niners.
He can recognize 49ers only by their eyes.
I asked him once if he had any photos in his house of him and his family, and he said no.
So he keeps more pictures of himself with former 49ers than he does with family or friends.
He basically told me that his pickup line or first line at any date is that you will never, ever be more important to me than the 49ers.
We've gone through various hypotheticals with Alex to sort of figure out where his line is.
If you could watch Justin Smith win a Super Bowl with the 49ers, would you be okay with your parents going to jail? Alex said, would my dad have his books?
Okay, you can marry this supermodel and live in this mansion, or you can have Justin Smith win a Super Bowl with the 49ers, and he doesn't even think about it.
It's tricky to describe Alex after a loss.
His body will react negatively if anything goes wrong. And it's the Niners, they're bad. Something goes wrong every week.
I started to notice it week after week. This man would come in looking like his puppy died. And I thought to myself, well, your puppy can't die every single week.
While the draft is happening, he'll sort of pace back and forth, hoping that the 49ers take his guy, and then he'll pump his fist as if he just won the Masters when the Niners take a guard at number 15.
Get you somebody who looks at you like Alex Rubenstein looks at Justin Smith.
Such sage advice.
I still feel like we're only scratching the surface.
This is true. That was 2 minutes of a documentary.
Yeah, this is a 30 for 30, like 7-part OJ series.
Yes, absolutely. And to prove
Has no murder?
No murder.
less murder. To prove that we are serious about our activity with Alex tonight, locking him in a room and making him solve puzzles, here is a look in at the escape room in which Alex is located right now. Yep, there he is. He doesn't look super happy. We're gonna force him to solve puzzles, and if he solves the puzzles, he will come out and see the pick and find out who the 49ers pick, and we will get to that. But before we do, because the 49ers aren't picking for a while, let's turn it over. Seth mentioned the pizza draft to our own Ryan Nanny to explain our very complicated and aggressively dramatic pizza topping draft.
Alex looks like he's waiting to be interviewed by the police for a crime he definitely committed. That's amazing. This is the pizza draft. It's very simple. We have 4 teams tonight. Team Elena, Team Matt, Team Dan, and oh no, Team Facebook. You get to make decisions, everyone else. We're going to draft snake style until we get 4 toppings for each pizza. This is our list of toppings. It's truly terrifying. I will not reveal the draft order yet because I haven't decided it, because this is meaningless and stupid. That's what I'm great at. Back to you, Dan.
All right, and with that, it is football time. So this is when I leave. Matt, Elena, they're having all sorts of football fun. Cleveland is on the clock. Let's do football things.
All right.
Let's shift. Let's shift. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Yeah.
Browns are on the clock. I'm gonna need Gina Thomas and Jeff Schwartz are gonna be joining me talking about Browns picking #1 overall. That's the result of them finishing, of course, 1-15. That's a rare feat. I think the last time was done in 2009 by the St. Louis Rams. They've really turned it around since then, though. Now, earlier today, Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com broke the news that Myles Garrett will be the #1 overall pick. The Mitch Trubisky rumors. Sorry, Mitchell. He's a grown man now. He's entering the workforce. Mitchell. I'm going to call him Mitch all night long. I'm not going to apologize for it. Gina, you're a Browns fan. How do you feel about this?
Well, I'm actually a Falcons fan, but I grew up in Ohio.
You're wearing Ohio State.
I know. I grew up in Ohio. My dad and my brother are Browns
So-
fans, so I'm at least knowledgeable about that life of sadness.
Okay, so good. Is it a good move for the Browns?
It is the smartest move for the Browns. Myles Garrett was the pick that made the most sense at #1. There were rumors that they were going to go ahead and use that pick on Trubisky. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. So it's nice to see the Browns making a smart draft decision for once.
Yeah, they've had 2 first-round picks. This is the 4th time in the last, I believe, 6 or 7 years they've had 2 first-round picks. And first 3 times, using that pick in the 20s for the Brady Quinns and Johnny Manziels of the world has not worked out for them. Jeff, do you think there's a chance that they will go with a quarterback at number 12 or possibly even trade up for Mitch Trubisky earlier on?
They've been saving all these draft picks for something, and this is for quarterback if they want it in this draft. Now, they might want someone next year. They might think, hey, maybe Colin Kaepernick's still out there. We want him, or Cody Kessler can play. But if they feel that Trubisky's their guy or Watson, You have all the ammo now. You have all these picks. You trade. You made this Brock Osweiler trade.
Yeah.
Use that pick. Try to get some more. Move up a little bit and take Trubisky. But I'm glad they took Garrett, because if you're not sold in the entire facility over your number one pick being a quarterback, then don't take him number one.
There you go. They do have plenty of capital. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Now, Myles Garrett, we got some information for you. Cleveland gets a bad rap as a city, but Dan Rubenstein, I've worked with him for 5 years. 5 years I've worked with you, and I just said your name wrong. Our own Dan Rubenstein would like to speak to the wonders of Cleveland.
I'm mic'd up, right? I'm good.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Can I do this anyway?
You can, absolutely. All right. So sometimes people get bummed out. They got to go to Cleveland. That's not fun. That's not cool. They have to go to Cleveland or Buffalo or Detroit, and we're here to say we're all about the Rust Belt. So whoever gets drafted by Cleveland, guess what? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How great is that, John Boyce? Both of them? Both, but rocks and roll. Absolutely. So you get to go there.
You don't remember the merger? Oh man, the Roll Hall of Fame sucks.
Yeah. Rock is way better. We've got the Great Lakes Science Center. Susanna?
Oh, I mean.
Lake Erie, South Beach. What? Come on, please. And of course, the Cleveland Botanical Garden, the best, and I've researched this, the best botanical garden in all of the AFC North. It's not even close. Suck it, Baltimore. Suck it, Cincinnati. And honestly, Pittsburgh, you're a joke. Back to you.
Just shots fired. Yeah. We're only 12 minutes into the show, and we're already talking crap about botanical gardens. So Myles Garrett, we should address the man who will be the first overall draft pick. Jeff, what is it that obviously he produced well for Texas A&M, but he also showed himself to be an explosive athlete at the draft. What are some player comps that you would see for him for already established players in the NFL?
Well, I think Julius Peppers is a good comp, at least physically. Now, his numbers weren't the same as Peps in college, but the game has changed. They're playing spread offenses now, so the numbers aren't going to be the same. So you draft guys for upside and for what they can do in the NFL. And he can do it all. He can rush the passer. He's already a polished with his technique, which is important coming into the NFL. And I think that this adds another dimension to the Browns, who are slowly rebuilding. They had a good offseason. They brought in some good pieces, and this is another piece to their puzzle.
All right. Myles Garrett, gonna be fun. Social team, you guys have an injustice to correct. Tell me all about it.
Oh yeah, Matt, we got a real big problem. So today, Forrest Lamp was endorsed by Lamps, or signed an endorsement deal with the Lamp company.
Apparently,
Lamps Plus.
Wait, real quick, have people heard of Lamps Plus?
Does anyone have like a Lamps Plus lamps?
My dad invented it.
Okay.
Oh, congratulations.
Shut up, Dan.
There's one.
Here's the issue, though. We have a guy in the draft, Michigan's own Taco Charlton. Not a single major taco chain follows him on Twitter, which is garbage and unacceptable. And we need
Taco Bell and they didn't follow back.
So we're gonna change that. We're gonna fix that tonight. We are gonna get every single major taco chain to follow Taco Charlton, but we need your help. How can they help us, Seth?
So you can tweet stuff like this throughout the night. We're going to target all different big taco chains, but let's start with Taco Bell. Here's the thing you could say. Hey, Taco Bell, you should follow @TheSupremeTaco, that's his handle, on Twitter before he gets drafted tonight. #Taco Challenge, and make sure you use the hashtag SBNationLive. And this is a grave injustice.
We
Taco
need your
needs
help.
to get followed.
This is a travesty.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Seth. I'm going to change my Twitter handle to The Supreme Matt. No. I'm camping on Matt Ufford. There's so many Matt Uffords. You got to be clarified. I'm the real one. Okay, so Myles Garrett, what's the next thing for the Browns to fix? They have holes. The Browns have an okay offensive line. They've added some stability in free agency. Now they've addressed the pass rush. What's the next piece you see them targeting?
I would say, obviously, quarterback's a big hole, but their secondary is very bad. They really struggled last year.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gina, but that means the draft gong means that we have a pick in.
We have a pick. It's very important. The Cleveland Browns have shocked the world and picked Myles Garrett.
Oh man. I'm gonna make a brain meme that it's gonna be like Myles Garrett, Mitch Trubisky, back to Myles Garrett, and our minds are blown. Wow. let's just go back to what the Browns are going to be doing next. I think we were so rudely interrupted by our gong.
Thanks, Browns. So they really need to shore up the secondary, and this is a very deep draft for corners and safeties, so I could see them targeting a player in one of those categories, definitely.
What about you?
Yeah, if they don't get Trubisky at any point to 12, secondary, corners, safeties, huge in this draft.
Yeah, if they don't get Mitch Trubisky, they might have to settle for a good player. And with that, hey, thanks. You guys, I'm getting booed like Adele up here. All right. Ryan, save me.
Oh, that is a bad plan already. All right, so the Browns don't have a quarterback yet, but we have a Will, and maybe he'll be the quarterback. God, every time we do this, you just pull me closer. I hate it. Here, first, I need you to pick your quarterback style for this part of the game.
Header.
Oh, this is one we haven't tried yet, so I'm very excited to see how it goes. Seth and Charlotte have your timer. I'm going to let you go ahead and stand on the carpet if you want. Okay. And this is very simple. You're just going to, you have a minute. You're going to pick a ball out and try to head it into one of the 4 available targets. All right. All right, start the clock. Go.
Hubba.
Well. Oh, God.
I feel like I'm at a Clay Matthews concert.
It looks good. John screwed it up. That one was going in. Wow.
Trade.
Oh, my God. All right. Hurry up, Will. Hurry up. Go. Yes! All right. Last 2. Go, Will. Just don't even think about it. Live forever. Glory is yours. It's just the one. Back to you, Matt.
Oh, man. That was hot. All right. So we've got some big news coming up, but first we're going to take our next look in on Alex Rubenstein, see how he's doing. He doesn't know what the 49ers are doing right now. Oh, but first, before we can even look at Alex, we have news.
Hold on.
San Francisco has traded to Chicago.
They've swapped picks. We haven't traded.
Suzanne, it's not your turn.
Wait, so hold on. Give us more information there, social team. You were the ones plugged in. So what else is? The Bears were picking 3rd. Why do they need to leapfrog the 49ers here?
We are.
Don't ask me to explain what the Bears
This is.
Calm him, Seth.
That's
Good television.
You're looking confused.
all right. Hey, so while we let that sink in, let's go take a look at Alex Rubenstein, who, may I remind you, has no idea that the Niners. He has no idea that the 49ers have traded down, probably for more assets. We don't know. Oh, he's just, look at him react to it. Oh, he has no idea. I don't think he's even trying to solve the puzzles. He's just waiting it out. All right, is Ryan going in to taunt him? Can we have somebody taunt him and just be like, all right, Dan.
Here we go.
Dan is going to go in and taunt him.
God.
All right, so Fooch, let me just ask you this: what, you're the owner,
Start the puzzles.
master and commander of NinersNation.com, big 49ers community. Who are you hoping to get with this pick? The second pick before you traded it away. That's the 3rd.
Yeah, no, I was hoping for somebody in the secondary. Jamal Adams from LSU, Malik Hooker from Ohio State, the 2 safeties, Marshawn Lattimore, the cornerback. They're switching to a Seahawks-style defense, so you want that strong secondary, whether it be the single high safety like Earl Thomas, the press corner like Richard Sherman. You can get either one of those if you want with this pick.
So would the thinking possibly be, float this theory out there, that the Niners would be happy with either Jamal Adams or Malik Hooker, therefore they don't really care to fall one spot back and giving that up to the Bears?
Yeah, and this is a draft where people think picks 2 through 15 are interchangeable. It looks like
Except
they got
for the Bears, apparently.
Except for the Bears, looks like they got a 3rd, I think a 5th, and a 3rd next year to move down one spot.
All right. Hey, Susanna, will you come over here? I will. Come on. Yeah. Step on over here. Come on. All right. All right, Susanna is our Bears fan.
I'm so confused right now.
A longtime co-conspirator of mine.
Good Lord.
Now we're going to MLS. We're not talking about soccer tonight.
No soccer talk. The other football, the real football.
What is going on in your
I
mind?
have no idea what is happening.
Who have you heard that the Bears are coveting?
I mean, everything they need. There's so many areas of need on this team. It could go in very many directions. But obviously, quarterback. So my hope was Deshaun Watson.
Can they draft Jay Cutler? Can they do that again?
Maybe. He seems like he'd be down for that.
So yeah, Deshaun Watson, but you don't need to pick him at 2.
Oh, exactly. So I'm very perplexed by this because I don't know if they got word that San Francisco was going after their guy. Who was it that it was the guy from Stanford. Solomon Thomas.
It sounds like we're hearing reports they want Solomon Thomas.
They want Solomon Thomas.
And the Niners were making designs
They were
on Solomon.
sniffing around,
Yeah.
made them uncomfortable.
I think
And
it's a
Ryan
smokescreen.
Pace.
I think the Bears just got worked by the 49ers. How does that feel to you?
Oh God, you guys, this is awful. Like as if things couldn't get worse, you know? Like, come on, Ryan Pace. Like this is a fan base that is so disillusioned right now, and all I wanted was for them to make like a bold move, like get people talking and get them excited.
They traded up one spot. It is bold.
This is so Bears. Like this is.
I feel like
Chicago.
the Bears lineup has enough holes that like losing out on old Solomon Thomas, like there's still other spots that they need filled.
This is just
Seth and Charlotte. So the Bears and 49ers have swapped picks, to which I would seem to think that the Bears would give up something in addition.
Yeah, unclear yet, but it sounds like they want Solomon Thomas. The pick is almost in.
Okay,
so we're gonna
and
find out pretty
We're
soon.
about to hear.
Do we know any additional assets that the 49ers
Not yet.
got? All right.
Not yet.
All right, well, we'll just
We
keep,
could assume
we'll keep
nothing.
chatting. We'll just stand up.
Oh, get excited.
Oh no!
We beat.
Do we have anything?
Now, let's go ahead and get the gong going on. We've got word.
You guys,
Pick's not in yet.
I might die.
I'm mad at principal. When they make the pick, I'll tell you the pick.
We're waiting for it.
The
rough,
rumors.
man.
The rumors are from Jeff Schwartz's telephone that
like a
it's Mitch
harbinger of
Trubisky.
doom
They
over
traded
there.
up to get Mitch Trubisky.
This is
The Bears building on a history of developing
Mitch
terrific
Trubisky? Can someone
quarterbacks.
tell us?
like my face hurts right
Yeah.
now.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's a great middle reliever name for the Cubs. Absolutely.
We've got.
Oh yeah, he's an innings eater. We love him.
The human Pez dispenser, and then we've got Mitch
So-
Trubisky coming in.
Is it-
It's official. It's Mitchell Trubisky. Mitchell, not Mitch.
So let me talk about a little bit about Every Day Should Be Saturday, our amazing college football blog that Spencer Hall and Ryan Nanny also helps run. They did a lineup of photos and say, can you pick out Mitchell Trubisky from this lineup? And then Ryan, tell me what happened.
It makes me so sad. It just like you're just like, oh, any lacrosse player in America, that could be Mitch Trubisky at this point. It's truly. Can we do a little something different just to take your mind off of this?
God, anything, Ryan.
All right,
please.
we're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie
dear.
with the man who will be leading Mitch Trubisky into battle, John Fox. This is for everybody in the room. All right, I'm gonna give you 3 facts. You're gonna tell me which one is the lie. He played high school football with Herm Edwards. His stepfather was a Navy SEAL, and he spent 7 months as a referee in NFL Europe.
I think the Navy SEALs one.
Yeah,
You think the Navy SEAL one's lie?
B's a lie.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
What was the first one? He wasn't a ref.
The first one was that he played high school football with Herm Edwards, which everyone is very comfortable with.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if I feel good about that.
Bad
actually.
coaching
Wait a
is
minute.
contagious. That's how it works.
The ref one's plausible.
But the ref one's weird enough that I feel like
Yeah.
it's
And it's like applicable.
Seems like something you would make up, though.
Although he's not a cultured man.
All right.
I doubt
Well,
he's ever been to
John
Europe.
and Jess are correct. He was not a ref in NFL Europe.
What?
But his stepfather was a Navy SEAL.
Thank you.
Play high
Thank
school
you,
with
Ryan.
Herm Edwards.
Now, so the 49ers are on the clock. The 49ers are on the clock. That means that Alex Rubenstein is on the clock in the escape room.
Oh, boy.
He only has 10 more minutes of oxygen left in the room. Let's go to Alex and see.
Okay, so he's already
Go,
advanced.
go, go.
So now, Ryan, inside the what's inside the locker? Tell the viewers what's going on.
I believe it's the dismembered corpse of Ken. No, I'm just. I think he's trying to open the locker to. Let's see. Yes. So this is where he's going to have a. This is a Joe Montana doll, I believe, that he has to find a key within, and he has to do it by ripping this thing to shreds, which will test his resolve. As you can tell, he looks like a confused boy trying to understand how babies are made, which is really exciting.
I have this theory that Alex is just stopped developing emotionally at age 12.
Right.
And that's why his brain is still like so.
Oh, Alex, don't do it.
Oh, do it. Yes. You can't do it.
Everything you helped here.
He's a Steve Young guy, so it's fine.
There's no password on Montana.
This is good because if he can't do it, we get to call him weak. And that will bother him just as
He's
much.
looking for a weapon, actually. He's looking
Use the
for
pen,
something.
Alex. Use the pen.
Use the pen. Oh!
Even Chips use it.
Is this for real?
It's now. What do you think is going through his? You've worked with him possibly the longest here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count Dan because being a brother shouldn't be work. Although in Alex's case,
we owe Dan a lot of back pay.
So like, God, he's stabbing it with the pen. Somewhere Joe Montana is writhing in
ripped his
pain and
face
doesn't
open.
know why. No, my shape-ups have failed me. But yeah, what do you think is going through his mind right now?
There's no password.
Sorry, what?
What's going through his mind right now?
He is desperate to know what's going on with the 49ers. Oh my gosh. He's stabbing Steve Young. He is
Alex,
stabbing
no.
Steve Young to death.
Now,
By the way,
no password.
we made a video when Susanna was working with us that Alex got to confront his heroes, his childhood heroes,
Right.
Steve Young and Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
And Ryan, can you hold the mic up for Susanna? She can what exactly happened?
Oh my
What did
God.
Steve Young and Jerry Rice say
no
to this man when they realized what a fanatic he is?
They basically told him that he needed serious help. I mean, they looked him dead in the eye and they were like, "Buddy, like get it together."
So we gave him a Joe
You're not right.
Montana doll to tear up instead.
He's weeping. He's weeping right now.
And he goes, "There's no password."
So there's a key inside this?
There's 7 pieces of paper. 6 say this is not a password. 1 says the password phrase he must utter to get out.
And are we going to get to hear him utter that, or is that just going to be an honest?
Technology works.
Right. Now, did we offer him the escape hatch still, or did we
There's
mail
no
him?
password. There's no password.
Yeah, we briefly discussed offering him an escape hatch plan where all he had to do was put on a Seahawks jersey and say 3 nice things about that franchise.
Oh man.
He's not gonna
There's
do
not
no,
a
no.
way. There's
It's a Richard Sherman jersey too. It's my Richard
yeah.
Sherman jersey.
Yeah.
So
That's the worst thing that you can do.
that might actually kill him. I think if he had to wear a Richard Sherman jersey, like he would emotionally collapse.
This is Facebook Live and not TV.
So I have this like extended plan where one day during the season I want to kidnap Alex and take away all his electronics during a Niners game and just do normal. I don't want to torture him. I just want to like go to the Met or go have lunch, but film him as he doesn't get to see what's happening with his admittedly terrible franchise.
Ryan,
be week one.
they've already made the movie Falling Down.
Hi, Alex. Where did you get a rocket launcher again? Quick cue. We also, the other thing we didn't mention on that video is Alex's Super Bowl fund.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
So Alex works for what I think is fair to call at least a decent sports media company, one that gets to go to the Super Bowl. Charlotte's been to the Super Bowl. Seth's been to the Super Bowl. Joe's team has been to the Super Bowl, but that's probably not what he wanted to hear.
How'd that go?
And so you think like,
Damn.
Already?
Damn.
too early.
That was
too
meaner
early.
than I meant it to
Oh,
be.
here he comes. He's coming out. He's barely. Here. I want you to go to Fooch. I want Fooch to be the one to tell you. No, I want.
Alex, turn around the camera.
There's parts to this story.
There's-
So
it's
you
a
don't
multi-
have the number
okay.
2 pick anymore, Alex. Alex, you don't have the number 2 pick.
Alex.
You have the number 3 pick instead.
Take the microphone.
Alex, go ahead. Sit down. Get comfortable.
Pop a spot, Alex.
Yeah.
Nobody let him look at his screen or
Okay. Alex, what was the scariest part of that for you emotionally?
Not having a urinal in there.
Do you find that problem with many non-bathroom rooms?
so much anxiety about this that it's just. I know. I got so much anxiety. I gotta pee when I get anxiety.
How do you feel coming out and finding that you've missed exactly nothing in terms of new 49ers?
A little bit of relief, but oh man, did I get duped with all those little "this is not the password" slips? Was there actually a password in there?
Yeah. Did you not read the password?
How'd you get out?
How did he get out if he didn't say the password?
I unstuffed the Joe Montana stuffed animal limb by limb, and all I saw were 3 pieces of paper that each said "this is not the password." So maybe that's the password. This is not the password.
Do you think? Hold on.
Get back in
No. Hold on.
Get back in there.
Do you think Joe Montana knows what you did?
I hope not.
I hope so. I really hope so.
We got to pick. The Niners.
Wait, do we want Alex to hear this or not?
Oh no!
No.
This is so mean. I can't.
Let him go.
Okay.
The Niners selected Solomon Thomas.
3. At 3. Where'd
He
he
really
go?
had to
Alex
pee.
had to pee, but he's very excited. He did one of these.
Charlotte, can I just say that was really great the way we had 20 minutes of build-up with Alex Rubenstein and you waited for him to run off camera before you said, "Hey, Solomon Thomas!"
The pick just
the
came
pick
in.
came in. We had no choice.
You know there's a national draft going on. We're not
Is
just
there
making
really,
this up.
though?
Strong disagree.
This is happening.
Oh, sweet Lord.
God.
So just for the record, the actual password is down here. You can see where I had to re-stitch it, which was not a clue that he picked up on. It is right there. I can still see it. Here's Joe Montana.
Awesome. Matt, please don't let us watch that anymore.
What was the password anyway?
Look at me. I am free.
All right, Matt, back to you.
All right, hey, so that thus ends. Alex, please don't please don't cut in front of.
You're good.
Don't do the thing that you were just about to do. All right, so let's get things back on track. We're done with the Bears and 49ers completely messing things up. I'm reordering things. Who is on the Jaguars are on the clock. Joining me are Ryan Van Bibber, Adam Stites. And so let's talk about the Jaguars. Adam, team needs, go.
Running back would definitely make sense here. Defensive line would make sense here. They've got a lot of different ways they could go with this pick, but Leonard Fournette's probably the favorite at this point. He's on the board still. Jonathan Allen's also a possibility.
Now, I've seen some people positing on the internet, and by the way, the internet always right about everything, that all the Leonard Fournette rumors are a smokescreen because they're going to go for Deshaun Watson and Blake Bortles' time is up. How would you feel about that?
It would make sense. Blake Bortles definitely had a rough season. It's just whether or not they're convinced that Deshaun Watson's the man. If he is, then yeah, that would be a pick that would definitely make sense. It's kind of a new regime. Dave Caldwell's still there at general manager, but Tom Coughlin's there, and Tom Coughlin may have seen enough of Blake Bortles to know that he wants to go in another direction.
Who would you rather have?
I would prefer if they could trade down. I think that would be ideal. Pick up some value. I think there's too many prospects at that number 4 pick that there's not really one that really stands out.
Yeah.
But if they drafted Deshaun Watson, I'd like to see what they could get out of him.
Yeah. RVP. Ryan Van Pipper. Just messing up everybody's name tonight. It's I'm starting with my fellow employees, and then it's going to be the draftees' names later on. RVB, this is a Jaguars team that has had a very much improved defense by the end of the 2016 season. They continue to improve defense throughout free agency with a couple of big-name signings. Is there any way that they would go for a defensive body here, or is it almost assuredly that they would go offense?
I mean, they really need. I mean, offense makes more sense, but you never know.
I mean, Blake Bortles at number 3 didn't make a ton of sense 4 years ago.
Exactly.
No offense, but.
I look forward to what Bortles could do with the Bears in a few years, though. I think that'll be really exciting to see.
I just imagine the camera zooming in on Suzanne. All right, so now I'm obsessing over Blake Bortles to the Bears. I think No.
Bortles Glennon, 2020.
Leonard Fournette. Let's talk about. Let's go ahead and posit that that it would be Leonard Fournette. We've seen his name in most of the mock drafts come out at some point or another for the Jaguars. What makes Leonard Fournette worthy of the same pick that the Cowboys used to get Ezekiel Elliott last year?
I mean, he's a really powerful runner. I mean,
he's big and fast.
He's big and fast. I mean, you just you look at what he's done in college against premier competition. It's he's the kind of running back. I mean, Jacksonville. You look at the record and it's easy to forget, but they have a lot of. I mean, they have two very good receivers. Obviously, the quarterback's kind of an issue, but you have a running back like that, you can really sort of force your offense onto people, and that's a big help for a team like that.
Adam,
and if they do keep Bortles, I mean, it's nice to have a guy like that in the backfield.
Adam, how do you feel about the team's offensive line status right now?
That would be my concern about Fournette, is that there's a lot of concerns there. That, I mean, up front, you can't really feel particularly comfortable about any of them.
Oh, we just got the gong show. So what we got?
The Jaguars have picked Leonard Fournette.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So there we go. Let's just go ahead and finish your sentence, Adam.
Yeah, I would say I'm concerned. I'd be a little bit concerned about the offensive line being able to create lanes for him, and we saw him against Alabama not really able to create on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So if those lanes aren't there, that would be a concerning pick to me. But so yeah, it's on the Jaguars now to upgrade up front.
They're just putting all the weapons. All right. Well, this has been entirely too much discussion of football for my tastes. Let's go over to Charlotte and Seth. We have more knocker ball lined up.
We do have more knocker ball lined up, and we have our very own Adam Sigliano in one of the knocker balls, and we have you get to choose between. Oh, how you doing, bud?
I'm slowly coming back down.
Do you want Alex to hit Adam, or
Nah, you don't want that.
do you want Tyler to hit Adam? Alex is a heart, Tyler is a like.
I'm a like.
And let's see what we've got.
Vote.
Vote. Tell us
on
who you
Facebook.
want.
Vote.
Tyler, don't let Tyler hit Adam. Who do we got?
Can I just say?
It's looking like.
Ooh.
We got likes.
The people want Tyler.
We got likes. The people
want
have spoken.
Tyler.
They want Tyler. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? Wow.
Oh my.
He cannot be taken down.
Right. All right, Adam. The internet has just found out how solidly built Adam Sigliano is. He's a big boy from Queens. But bring things back down a little bit. The Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. Yay! Woo! Man, we were like on top of the world with a ton of fun. And we're like, everybody
guys.
stop having fun. We're talking about the Titans.
The Titans here. We brought lettuce. What's up? That wouldn't work for the Titans.
All right. It's too early for the Titans. Okay. Whew. I'm joined once again by Ryan Van Bibber and David Fucillo. Gentlemen, how we doing? What do the Titans need to do to get better in this draft? What should they do?
Number one wide receiver.
Wide receiver? Do you think who's the number one wide receiver? Is it Mike Williams?
Mike
Is it
Williams
John
is
Ross?
probably the guy.
Do they need the burner?
The other guy.
These are my dudes.
What? The other guy, the other receiver. Steven wrote about him.
Cody.
Yes, Corey Davis.
Corey Davis.
I think that would be a good one.
It takes a village. It takes a village.
Thank you.
All right. Fooch, do you think wide receiver is the way to go for the Titans, or is there a possibility that with the exotic smash mouth they add O.J. Howard?
I mean, it's possible they go offense. I know they added Logan Ryan in the offseason in free agency, but with Jason McCourty getting released, Marshawn Lattimore, they could go cornerback.
Yeah. Basically, the Titans, the Titans were a lot better last season.
9-7.
A lot of pundits, such as myself and many others, gave them credit for. I think this is a team on the rise, but I do think they really need to do it right here. I think that, in general, drafting for defense is a smarter way to go. Our good pal Dan Rubenstein has gone in depth that when you want to build a championship contender, you build defense, you build in the trenches. When you go with offensive skill, you stay near the bottom of the pack. So, for my money, if I were a Titans fan, I'd be wanting a cornerback. But there are some very, very tempting possibilities for wide receivers. Who do you like here?
That's a good point. I mean, you could even consider maybe the safeties, the Adams out of I get them confused. LSU and Hooker out of
Ohio State.
Yeah, Malik Hooker and
the two guys I wanted for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Good
I mean, that would be a good move. I mean, this is a team that's had to, they're on the rise. They've had to fumigate the Jeff Fisher out of that building, and it's taken quite a while. I mean,
How's that go?
it's a 5-year process, and there's a tent over their building.
Yeah,
and
the Rams are just going to move stadiums entirely.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, they're like, let the next guys take care of it.
They have to.
So the Titans, are we? Where are we talking? We're talking about the Titans. We're talking about wide receivers. Whew, my goodness.
And a Hooker.
I will say, and Malik Hooker. We should decide on one or the other. Let's talk about wide receivers because, let's be honest, wide receivers are more fun to talk about. And we're going to get to these guys anyway. I think that Mike Williams is probably the way I would go. John Ross is tempting because he's just so fast. He ran a 4.22 at the Combine, and we had a great profile on him on SB Nation's YouTube channel. And we went to John Ross's home, and we broke in the middle of the night. We weren't supposed to be there. But no, we talked to him, and he thought when he got into his stance, he didn't feel good. He came out of the blocks and was like, oh, this is slow. A record-shattering 4.22 40 felt slow to him. This is a guy who, if he can stay healthy, I had a couple of knee surgeries, if he stays healthy, is, the ceiling is, there's no ceiling for him. So, maybe I'm giving away a little bit too much of Pacific Northwest bias here, but
You guys have all missed the best possible outcome for this Titans pick. That they just forget to make it. That they Vikings this pick away and are just like, you could just see the GM at home right now getting that text alert, being like, oh no, that was today. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. That's what I really want to see happen.
RVB, who would you like to see picked here? Assuming that you want something good to happen for the Titans.
I do. I like Marcus Mariota. I think he's really fun to watch. Same. I mean, they've got that offense is for the stupid name is actually, it's pretty interesting to watch. I mean, they had a 70% scoring rate in the red zone last year. You put a receiver. I know that it's a dicey proposition to draft a receiver with the 5th pick like that, but if you put somebody like that on that, and they desperately need defensive help, but if you put somebody like that out there with the Titans, I mean, you make that offense the kind of system that can score 35 points a game. I mean, it's really an intriguing fit.
We have word the pick is in. Is that right, social team? The pick is in.
We got it. Corey Davis.
Oh, how's that feel? Corey Davis.
It was Corey Davis.
They are going. They like Corey Davis. We spent that worked out perfectly. We spent all our breath talking about John Ross and Mike Williams, and it's Corey Davis.
Row the boat.
That's right. Ryan, you're a college football fan. What do you like about Corey Davis?
False. How dare you?
From my hometown.
We don't care.
Who cares?
Everyone is. No, I think.
Jessica, I think that's a nice anecdote.
So the advantage for if you have Corey Davis, it's nice that he has already played in a system where he's drawn a lot of attention. So he sort of has the target on his back already, and hopefully in Nashville that won't be what's asked of him right away. He won't have to be wide receiver number 1 right out the gate. I think it's great that he gets to play with Marcus Mariota because I watched a lot of Western Michigan games. Dan, did they have Marcus Mariota?
They did not.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
No, they didn't.
That said, I don't know. Wide receiver just seems like super high to go with this pick.
Yep. I agree. I think that's probably going to be the instant reaction from a lot of folks. Up next, we have a look at Leonard Fournette. A first look at Leonard Fournette in a Jaguars uniform. Breaking news, it's in Madden NFL.
Working on it. We're working on it.
Well,
the computer is
on
slow.
that screen any moment now. We're going to see what Leonard Fournette looks like in the Jaguars offense.
Are you picking the plays? What are you doing here? Man. Why did we let the Falcons plan be the play caller here? He's like, God. I don't know. Where's? I don't see strip fumble. Where's that in the playbook?
Oh no, that's true.
Somebody else caught these sticks.
All right. So wait, we're watching TJ Yeldon run the ball?
Look, I tried to just put him in. All right.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, don't worry, I'm a Madden expert. Here.
Break this Madden.
John Boyce. Hey y'all.
The internet's John Boyce.
All right. John is going to. All right,
It's gonna take like 10 minutes.
John's gonna work on this. Please save us from this sinking ship.
That was a really disastrous segment. I'm not gonna lie. And that's you liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
So what we're gonna do right now, obviously, all of the draftees that we've seen tonight have been Natalie attired in suits. It just so happens that JCPenney suits will help you raise your game. Let's take a look.
Thank you all and welcome to the 2017 Suit Draft, sponsored by JCPenney and the collection by Michael Strahan. I'm very honored to announce that we have a very special guest judging today's suits, Sir Braxton Clamshire. Thank you, Sir Clamshire, for joining us here today.
I'm very happy to be here at the Suit Draft. I'm looking forward to seeing some glorious attire.
And with the first pick in the 2017 Suit Draft, Joe selects Taupe Glen. Congratulations. Very, very proud of you today.
Joe in the Taupe Glen. His walk was much like a dog missing a leg, but with that suit, he was truly spectacular. His posing was abysmal, but those checks on the suit just made me say, wow.
With the second pick, Mike selects Black. Really classic choice, just wonderful. Nope, too close.
Mike with the black. Beautiful suit, but at times I felt like I was watching a wild, rabid dog dancing on the street. Mike walked like he belonged in jail, but he looked like he belonged in a palace.
And with the third and final pick in this year's Suit Draft, Porter selects Gray. It's a very big day for you.
Porter in the Gray, he was quite an interesting character. He was drowning up there with his juggling and his antics, but that suit was really his life raft.
That concludes this year's Suit Draft. Thank you all for attending. Thank you, Sir Clamshire. We'll see you next year.
It was a pleasure to be here at the Suit Draft. Those suits were marvelous, but I don't think those men were real models.
Those suits were all from the Michael Strahan collection from JCPenney. Raise your game. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the Jets. They're on the clock. First, we should note Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Browns are trying to trade for Kirk Cousins of Washington. We will keep you updated as we find out more. But first, let's talk about the Jets. Jets.
Can we talk about how that Mike guy in that
rabbit
segment
dog
looked really good?
Yeah.
Okay, now we can talk about it.
Mike Imhoff, a diehard Jets fan. I'm very sorry. And Ryan Van Bibber.
Lifelong Jets fan.
Yeah, you lost the Rams and gained the Jets. It's
Dad used to take me on his knee and tell me about the Jets when I was a wee lad.
I'm sorry that your childhood was so hard. Did he ever go to prison for that?
He said he had a better time in Vietnam than when he watched the Jets. So
Nine to go.
All right. So, Mike, let's go ahead and talk about the Jets. They were a mess, man. Where do you want them to focus on with this pick?
They need everything. They have defensive linemen for now. They need everything else. So a good player would be great.
A good player?
That's been a while.
Well, it feels like they've done such a good job of signing disappointing cornerbacks in free agency. Maybe they'd like a good young one.
Disappointment is the tagline.
Disappointment is the tagline.
So we've been on message. But
yes.
we want to change that.
Yeah. Is there any chance you think that the Jets will add a quarterback again in the second round?
Oh man, I hope not. I hope not. Let's just ride Josh McCown for the next 10 years. You know, till he's like 50 years old. That'll get us a couple good draft picks in the future, and we can just blow those, and everyone can forget about us, and we can just live our lives.
All right. So one of the things that we do at SB Nation, and thank you, by the way, for inviting us into your homes tonight. But one of the things that we do at our office every single day is have hypotheticals. We try to make them difficult. We try to make them interesting. And the person who is probably best at these is none other than John Boys, or as he's known in France, Jean Bois.
Jean Bois.
I throw it to you.
States. Jean Bois. You know what, Joe? Joe is the one I wanted to talk to and sit next to because I've got a hypothetical for you as an Atlanta Falcons fan that will probably make you hate yourself and me. Don't say that.
That's true. Just kidding, I love myself.
So you have two options. Option one is you have to live the rest of your life and the Falcons will never win a Super Bowl. And you know, yeah, I know, right? Option two, the Falcons win a Super Bowl with these draft picks this coming year, and then they fold forever and they go into business as a used lawn care equipment company. So that means they're selling things like lawnmowers that are hard to start. They're selling rakes with the teeth missing. Have you ever raked a yard with teeth missing on the rake? It's terrible. It's awful. Whatever the case, they don't play football ever again.
But I get a Super Bowl.
You get one Super Bowl this year, and then they never play again.
Do I have to use this lawn equipment?
No, not necessarily.
You live in New York.
Well, I'm from Atlanta. My family has a young lawn, okay?
Yeah, right. Everyone, well, in Atlanta, you basically just have pine straw.
He's going to inherit a yard at some point.
I will go with the Super Bowl this year.
Take the Super Bowl. All right. Going to the Super Bowl.
We got a pick. We got Jets take Jamal Adams.
The Jets have taken Jamal Adams. All right.
There's actually another update. He's already disappointed everyone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, did not live up to the hype.
Mike,
it was a good run.
If you were there in Philly, would you be booing this pick out of principle?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the blood. You gotta boo.
Now, once you get past the initial reaction, the initial knee-jerk booing, do you like this pick?
Yeah, we needed real help in the secondary. So it looks like we might have gotten it.
All right.
But, I mean, we've said this before, so expectations are tempered.
RVB, how does this compare to what we've seen in mock drafts, where we've seen Jamal go as early as pick 4? How do you feel about this?
I think it's a good pick. I mean, this is a good year for safeties. Adams and Hooker are both really good. I mean, it's, safety is one of those positions you can kind of skate by, but if you can get a really good one, you should. I mean, look at what, Earl Thomas has done for the Seahawks.
Yes,
yes.
And what it was after he got his leg broken.
Yeah, exactly. And you've seen cornerback and safety at various times to the Jets through various mocks. So I think it's, it's not super exciting, but it's probably pretty smart. Yeah.
It's sensible. But you know what, Jets fans, don't be too disappointed in this good pick. You've still got 2 more days of the draft to have terrible picks. The Jets
10 more years to watch them fail.
Yeah.
Davis Webb.
Well, Ryan, that's it from the Jets talk and the black cloud that's hovering over us. What's going on over there?
We're going to move to an entirely different black cloud. We're going to talk about the Bears some more. All right, so we're going to play a little game here. We're going to play Fantasy Feud. Last year, no Bears receiver reached 1,000 yards receiving. So we're going to see if the room collectively can name the top 5 players in receiving yards on the Bears last season. That already will tell you that some of these players are not wide receivers, but just start throwing out names. I want to get to 5. Number 2, very good, Susanna.
Thank you very much.
Number 5. Very good.
Mark Wahlberg replaced Matt Forte.
Okay, that's not an answer.
Jeremy Langford.
Jeremy Langford is not correct. Cameron Meredith, number 1. Yes. Okay, so we need. Correct. No. No.
Rondo.
You're just.
Mike
You're,
Singletary.
Wait,
you're just.
don't they have like only 3 X's? Are they?
Yeah. They're okay. I heard Eddie Royal, but I'm gonna X you out after the rest of these. Zach Miller was the 5th, but your idiot colleagues already yelled a bunch of nonsense.
Why left?
So, yeah. Finally, some honesty. So yeah, that's just kind of a selection of who your new quarterback will get to throw to. Except some of those players aren't on the team. So,
Good.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Good times. Thank you, Ryan.
Welcome.
We are now looking at the Los Angeles Chargers. Long-time inhabitants of Los Angeles, the city of angels and also Chargers. I'm joined now by David Fucillo and Gina Thomas, doing good things for SB Nation's NFL Network. It's not to be confused with NFL Network, a network of NFL team sites.
We're different, but hey.
We now own NFL Network. We're on the air. So let's talk about the Chargers. They were totally snake bitten last year. I feel like they've been snake bitten a lot by injuries over the last several years. Breaking it down, what are their biggest team needs, Fooch?
I mean, in the short term, they need somebody to put opposite Keenan Allen. I'm sure Philip
And
Rivers.
then somebody to step in for Keenan Allen once he gets injured.
It's true. And I mean, Philip Rivers would love to have another receiver.
Yeah. I feel like the Chargers are the very best team, or maybe Philip Rivers is the very best quarterback. And they assemble golems out of recycled water bottles, and that guy is catching passes for them by week 9 every year. I'm like, I gotta have recycled water bottles on my fantasy team. He's gonna go off this week. So, if not wide receiver, who do you think they could take, Gina?
I think that they can always look at defense. Obviously, they got Joey Bosa last year. That worked out for them pretty well, but I think that they can still stand to shore up the linebacker position. And so that's another area that I think they might look at.
All right. Now, folks, if you're watching this while keeping Twitter open, I hope you are, because there is now an animated GIF, or if you're one of those weirdos, animated GIF, of Tyler Tynes getting absolutely rocked by Adam Sigliano. It is online. You need to be following SB Nation and your favorite SB Nation friends on Twitter so you can see this GIF. It's incredible. So we're going to go back for more Knocker Ball magic. Charlotte, Seth, take it over.
Yes, we are. We have John Boyce and Joe Ali.
Step right up.
Woo! Who's in the knocker ball? I'm not totally sure who's in there, but
Lewis.
Who's in there?
Someone is about to get
Well,
dropped.
someone's about to get rocked, and if you want,
Louis!
We like Louis.
We love Louis. No one wants to hit Louis. Okay, John, a heart for John on Facebook Live, a thumbs up for Joe. Who gets to hit sweet Louis in the knocker ball?
John's gonna hug him.
Are we getting anything in?
We got a lot of thumbs up.
Vote. Tell us who you want.
Wait, what if Louis?
We're getting a lot of thumbs up.
Isn't that what a serial killer would do? Right?
He showed up and ruined it.
All right. It's Joe. It's thumbs up. Joe. Drop him. Kill. But not too much.
No. Be gentle.
I love you.
He's okay.
I think you forgot to strap
Oh,
in.
good.
He knocked him out of the ball.
The opposite of what Tyler did.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right,
Great.
yes.
Now Louis gonna go to law school.
Joe is an impressive physical specimen. Maybe the Chargers could use him. Let's talk about the Chargers a little bit more. Our Chargers team blog, Bolts from the Blue, says that some of their dream picks would be Malik McDowell, Budda Baker, the safety from Washington, or Corey Davis off the board. So Budda Baker or Malik McDowell, who do you think would be the better fit?
I think McDowell, you stick him down there, on the end there, and opposite Joey Bosa, you could really do some interesting things.
Ooh, that would be mean. What about you, Gina? Do you agree?
I do agree, but I also think that Budda Baker is really interesting because he's very versatile. He can actually play nickel or he can play safety. So I think that you could use him in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for those of you that may live on the East Coast and don't see the Pac-12 games that are aired from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. every Saturday.
And some Fridays.
And some Fridays. Budda Baker did some really amazing things. To be continued. Charlotte, who we got?
The Chargers have picked Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. All right. So as we discussed, they might need someone to play opposite of Keenan Allen or in Keenan Allen's shoes because he has not been the most sturdy of NFL players. So they've now added Mike Williams, who, by the way, if the only game you watched all year in college football was Clemson versus Alabama, that was a good decision. And Mike Williams owned that game. Well, Deshaun Watson also did, but Mike Williams made some amazing Julio Jones-like catches. What do you think are some modern player comps for Mike Williams? Anybody? He's big. He's 6 foot, I think around 220 pounds. Great hands, obviously.
The other Mike Williams?
Yes. Oh, hopefully less disappointing than that in the end. I think that it is a good pick. Yeah, go Chargers. Good job. Now that we've established that, Ryan, what you got over there?
So, Mike Williams was really. We talked to him last year during the early in the season, rather, and it was interesting talking to him. He suffered. I mean, these two college guys will say the injury he suffered. What 3 seasons ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. One of the worst injuries I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you think, oh yeah, that could happen in the worst case.
Right,
ever,
right.
and it actually
Yeah, it's one of those things that even video games don't account for because they're like, how would somebody dive into the goalpost? But he did and hurt himself very badly. But it was interesting talking to him about how he basically
you're
used
out there
that
asking
whole
me to
season
step
where
out.
Clemson went on
Sorry.
that first run
I'm a Skype
to
guest.
the national championship game and just learned how to be a wide receiver from sort of a mental standpoint. But now I'm pretending like I know things about football, and that's a lie. So we're going to do Two Truths and a Lie again. All right, this is about the LA Chargers. We're going to do this real quick. The LA Chargers were originally owned by a member of the Hilton family, have more wins against the Chiefs than any of their other opponents total, or lost to USC in a 1966 exhibition game. Which one's the lie?
Hey, no one did that research on the second one.
I think the USC one might be the lie.
Hey, the Chiefs have never been beaten by USC.
Okay, the Chiefs fan is definitely wrong about that. The USC one was a lie. They did not lose to USC in an exhibition game, although I would very much like to see that happen.
But now they would.
Well, yeah, but that's not as fun. Back to you, Matt, maybe.
All right, so the Carolina Panthers are on the clock as we speak. I'm joined with Jeff Schwartz for the moment. Shortly, we're going to be joined as well by James DeTore, SB Nation staff writer and a former blogger for Cat Scratch Reader. That's SB Nation's Panthers blog. Go Panthers! That's how you have to say it that way, I believe. Now, Jeff, before we get James on the line, I've seen a lot of mocks that have put Christian McCaffrey at going to the Panthers. He's a very intriguing prospect. Does he seem like a top 10 pick to you?
He does, and he'd be good for the Panthers if they change their offense a little bit to allow him to fit in. If they go really run heavy like they might do to help Cam Newton, I'm not sure he's that great of a fit. But when you draft him, you get a slot wide receiver as well. You get a returner, and he's a very versatile guy. But they could go Jonathan Allen here as well. They could go maybe with a wide receiver and offensive lineman. They have many options, but I think helping Cam is their number one priority, so McCaffrey would do that.
Yeah, and of course, don't sleep on defensive line. They did trade Coney Ely away, and John Allen would be a fit there. Now, Cat Scratch Reader, our Panthers blog, said that some of the guys they were looking at that they wanted were Solomon Thomas, he's off the board, Leonard Fournette, also off the board, and O.J. Howard,
yes.
Which I think is an interesting decision because they already have such an established tight end, but he's also not getting any younger.
I've seen that floating around in the last week or so with the Panthers. It makes sense if you want to go more ball control, which I think they want to go back to, kind of how they did 2015, to go 2 tight ends and just kind of disperse the ball around the field a little better. So it makes sense. I think O.J. Howard is an excellent talent, and Greg Olson's not getting any younger, and the pick would make sense right here if they don't go with McCaffrey.
Now, Jeff, you obviously were a lineman. I don't mean to put it in a past tense. I'm sorry if that's a sensitive subject.
I was a lineman, yes.
But
I'm no longer a lineman. You're correct.
Your expertise is the offensive line, and the Panthers made one of the more curious decisions this offseason when they inked Matt Khalil to a 5-year, many million-dollar deal to play left tackle for them. My question is, the Panthers made the Super Bowl. I was just in the middle making a good point.
The pick is in.
And
the
it
Panthers
is.
have selected Christian McCaffrey.
No surprise there.
All right.
I just hope they use him correctly.
All right. That is the pick. Christian McCaffrey is the pick for the Panthers. We are joined by James DeTore for his reaction via the Skype machine. James, how's it going? How do you feel about Christian McCaffrey?
Good. Honestly, I think a lot of Panthers fans are extremely excited. I think the pick makes a lot of sense. I think everyone thought it was going to be one of the running backs, whether it was going to be Fournette or McCaffrey. And in the end, I think they might have actually gotten the right guy for who the Panthers are right now.
So when you see, you obviously watched the Panthers so closely over the last couple of years. When you see McCaffrey added to that offense, where do you see him fitting in? Like, maybe I'm asking in a fantasy football sort of interest here, because I don't want to draft him too early.
Yeah, so I think the thing is the Panthers are just looking for weapons. It's for far too long. This has kind of been the Cam Newton show, and then trying to slot pieces in around him. I think he's desperately needed another weapon, especially with somebody like Mike Tolbert gone, who was getting a lot of those goal line carries. Obviously, McCaffrey's a very different back, but he's going to help the passing game. He's going to help, obviously, the rushing game. It's just a pick where the Panthers like to have kind of these Swiss Army knife pieces that they can use on offense. Guys like Devin Funchess who can play a little bit of tight end and wide receiver. And I see McCaffrey kind of fitting in that role, just getting weapons and putting them around Cam.
All right, James, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the pick. I think it's a really interesting one. The Panthers, may they return to at least semi-dominance. I don't want to give you like the full encouragement, but I'll see you around, man. Thanks.
I understand that. See you later. Thank you.
Jeff, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, what I was in the midst of asking you, the 2015 Panthers had an incredible offensive line from what looked like spare parts.
Yes.
In 2016, with those same players, it was kind of a disaster. Is Christian McCaffrey still going to be able to? How do you see the offense working? Like, are we going to see the 2015 Panthers line that exceeds expectations, or is this something that needs to be addressed more so?
Well, I think last year was derailed by injuries. The inside 3 guys, Trey Turner right guard, Khalil center, and Norwell left guard, are great. They're really good. In 2015, Orr played really well, and Remmers played over his head. Last year, too many injuries. They only had 3 games where the entire starting 5 played. So they can get their injury situation fixed. They signed Matt Khalil, who has high upside. They paid for that upside. If he can play anywhere near like he did his rookie season or his second season, that the money's well spent. And they have Darrell Williams and Michael Orr right tackle, so they can do it. They just have to make sure that their depth stays firm.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. I would hate to waste your expertise here and not get your 2 cents on the Panthers line. All right. Ryan, what's going on over there?
So, Matt, one thing we've been doing all night is trying to set up kind of redemption opportunities for the Atlanta fans in our office. We have some New England fans here. Rob is one of them. Joe's an Atlanta fan. Boo! I don't know what we're booing, but sure, boo everything. That sounds right. We have a game of Scrabble set up. We gave Joe a 25-point lead. That seemed only appropriate and probably unblowable. So far, I will remark that the board is full of very small words. That's my main takeaway. Joe, how are you feeling about the game so far? It looks like you are still ahead. It looks like you might be leading even without the 25 lead we spotted you.
Well, see, I came in 3rd place in my 5th grade championship. So
of what?
Scrabble championship. So, I'm very great at this game. I'm very great at this game. And right now, I didn't need that 25-point lead. I'm killing the triple word, the double word, the single word,
How confident are you that you're going to walk away with the victory at this point? And where are your tiles? Oh, can I see your tiles? I won't divulge them.
Show the camera.
God, these are garbage. That's fine though. Rob, that's not a word at all, but thank you for showing it to me. What's your strategy here? You kind of need to get on the giddy up because you are not going to win this game at this point.
See, in honor of how the Super Bowl went down, I'm going to bust out a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at the end.
Right.
For however many that's going to be and win the game.
And that's how you're going to win. Great. I do want you to know, Joe, that this will not erase anything that happened in the past. That's just how it works. But including your Scrabble championship, which sounds like a very Southern public school kind of thing to do.
It is.
Having gone to many of them. All right, we're going back to Matt for maybe football. Who knows?
Who knows? Yes, we're going to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. They are on the clock. Thank you for the input, Jessica Smetana, diehard Steelers fan. Now, Cincy Jungle is our Bengals blog. They have made it known that they would have loved to have Solomon Thomas off the board. Corey Davis off the board. Also, the Reuben Foster, though. And he seems like the Bengals, one of the things they've been lacking is kind of explosive players. I think Reuben Foster would be an example of a player who certainly fits those needs. RVB, do you think that would be a good pick for them?
I think it would be a good pick. I mean, they have that need on defense. I would, throw offensive line in the mix. They lost Whitworth, their left tackle, and they lost Zeitler, their starting guard too. So that's, setting up the potential for a pretty bad offensive line in Cincinnati this year.
Yeah, I think that Andy Dalton, he's great under pressure. That's the rat. Was that a joke? Oh, no. So I think that yes, offensive line would certainly be a good decision here. But then you think about it, like this is not a deep draft for offensive line. It's a little bit early to go with the tackler guard here. So do you think that they could trade back? Is that something that the Bengals like to do?
I think that they could, but because of the lack of depth with offensive linemen in this draft, it might be better to just go ahead and reach a little bit for one now so that they're sure to get somebody who's a starter right away.
Yeesh. Well, so yeah, I think that when we look at the Bengals, they were before Andy Dalton broke his thumb or hand or some sort of digit at the end of the 2015 season that derailed their playoff hopes. That was a team that looked like, if you squinted, kind of looked like an outside shot of a championship team. 2016, that was not the case at all. And A.J. Green's injury had a lot to do with it. The loss of a great offensive coordinator had a lot to do with it. The loss of great wide receivers had something to do with it. So is wide receiver on the board here, too. They've said that they wanted Corey Davis. He and Mike Williams are off the board. Is John Ross on the table here?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you've seen two receivers come off the board.
Matt, funny you should say John Ross. It's John Ross.
All right. Thanks for booing me. I'm trying to get more boos than Goodell tonight. So what's the reaction? John Ross, we were just in the middle of talking about him. Who watched themselves a Washington Huskies game this year and saw how fast he was? Anybody? Anybody seen some tape?
I saw the combine 40.
I saw the combine.
Saw the combine 40. As we mentioned a little bit earlier in the show, SB Nation did a video profile on John Ross. Before he got in the blocks, he wasn't feeling good at the combine. And he came out of the blocks and felt slow. Something felt wrong. And at the end of 40 yards, he had set the record with a 4.22 40. This man is very, very fast. And he's not just a speedster. He already has. Should I let Alex, Ryan, can you throw a mic at Alex and let Alex, you
so many times.
Diehard Huskies fan, tell me about John Ross.
So yes, John Ross way more than just the 4.22 speed. Absolutely.
Thank you, Mother.
Thanks, Sue. Absolutely had the catch of the college football season as well. Let's not forget against Colorado in the Pac-12 championship game.
As we all remember.
With a torn labrum in that shoulder that he went up to grab one-handed. Bengals are gonna like this pick.
All right, thank you, Alex. I feel like we knocked something out of him by keeping him in the escape room for so long. All right, so our pals at Polygon have taken some of the best offensive players in the draft and put them in the squared circle. What do the offensive draftees look like in a, is it ladder match? Ladder match, here we go. Powered by Polygon.
And we're back. Charlotte, Mike, Jess. Now we're watching offensive players in a ladder match for WEE simulation.
Yep.
Here
And who
comes
do we
Leonard
got?
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, LSU in
got
the
some
ring.
air.
Mitch Trubisky. Or
Mitchell.
His mother prefers Mitchell. Yeah, looking.
If I were entering the ring, I'd be like,
You'd kiss the guns.
National champion Deshaun Watson.
oh, Clemson, what do you know about that, Jess?
Not too much.
This is a good outfit.
Okay, what is
Just
this?
saying right now. This is Jake Bart from
No.
Michigan. No?
I don't think so.
No? No.
That is not Michigan.
This is John Ross.
Washington. John Ross. I knew that.
This
Okay,
is your
this
man.
is Michigan.
This knew that.
Look at.
Bart.
Oh
Jake
my,
Who's got
that,
Bart on his
God.
that was something else.
That was sexy.
I don't know how Goodell's gonna feel about that.
What if they actually drafted with butt on his butt?
That's very 2008 of them.
Victoria's Secret 2008.
Wow.
Juicy Couture 2008.
Wow.
Ooh, God, I
Juicy
miss those
couture. Yeah, I
sweatsuits.
miss those as well.
Yeah?
I had a couple
How many
of
did
those.
you own?
Several.
This is our
Who is
big
that?
boy.
This looks like Forrest.
This dude
This is our
should be a wrestler.
our,
either way.
our large
I thought you were gonna
adult
say
son.
should be arrested, and I was gonna
No.
say
Forrest Lamp?
yes.
Who's this? Forrest Lamp, Western Kentucky.
big red.
This guy's definitely gonna win.
That's
He's
a
He's
huge.
gonna destroy
Like
everybody.
even with the
But
one
he doesn't.
arm.
Oh, and he's
straight
already
way
out of the ring.
He's out. Sorry for Forrest Lamp, but he's way out of this.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be Deshaun.
I don't know if he has the stamina to keep up with these
He is
guys.
he is a national champion, you know.
Okay.
He's a winner.
And he look at that.
He knows how to win.
That was-
Oh, double
This is
team.
unrealistic because you couldn't throw down a man that big.
Leonard Fournette
You-
might be
I
the
don't know.
strongest man in the world if he could
Okay.
actually do
Yeah,
that.
right.
Have you met me?
Oh,
So,
Oh, sorry, Mike. Is
Thank
that
you.
offensive? Sorry.
I'm the strongest man.
Okay, let's see that.
that's
So
quite a
who's this?
replay.
We got that's
Wow.
Sean falling from. Oh. Okay. Now we got John Ross at the top. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it?
Nope.
He just got punched in the stomach.
That made me physically ill.
I feel
I'm
so
nauseous
sick.
right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he just walked up and punched him in the head. Jake Butt is ruthless.
He is.
I
He's
think-
got that
Holy shit.
tight end mentality.
Everyone's
He can
missing out.
tackle. He
The
can run.
tight end.
It's a butt joke. I got it. I think
This
he's
is it.
No, no,
This
no,
is
no,
it.
no, no, no. Look, because we got Deshaun. He's going to kick out the.
Nah, but
Nope.
it's,
Oh, it's too late.
I feel like he was bribed because that he could have tried.
Oh, you think it was fixed?
I think this is fixed.
Well, WWE is scripted.
Is
so.
it? That's a lie.
No, it,
Then you, all fans, that's not true. Wrestling is real.
yeah.
Is it?
No, it is. Very real. How much money do you think's in there?
$50. It's $50.
And that was our simulation of college football players wrestling. Felt
Yeah.
important and real.
I'm glad I watched it.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
And judging by that, John Ross is going to get drafted first, if we didn't already. So.
All right, so we just watched John Ross get drafted by the Bengals, and then he won the squared circle, the ladder match that was created by Polygon. Thanks to our friends there. I don't even like playing video games. I love watching Polygon videos. They're incredible.
I like playing video games.
So the reason now that we the reason now that we are joined by John Boys and Joel Thorman is that the Chiefs are right now on the clock. They traded with the Buffalo Bills. And the Chiefs, this is very, very interesting. This is a big move up from the mid-20s. And 27. And they have a future need at quarterback, perhaps. They have a need at inside linebacker. Guys, take the floor. What do you think is going to happen here?
I think football is amazing, Joel.
It's tough to follow that up. Yeah. Absolutely. Chiefs have done so much work on quarterbacks this year. They brought in 8 of the top quarterbacks to their facility for a visit. They met all of them at the combine. I mean, this feels like the year it's a quarterback. Someone can come in and sit right behind Alex Smith. So I think it's got to be the quarterback.
Let me ask you this right now. Pat Mahomes is available. Deshaun Watson is also available. Who would you rather have?
Boy, that's a tough call. Watson has a bit of a better pedigree, playing, in some huge games, obviously. But Mahomes has so much natural talent, and I got to think a guy like Andy Reid, a former quarterback coach, thinks he can get the best out of that natural talent. So I do think, I would probably lean towards Mahomes between those two.
I also have to go Mahomes because I just want a quarterback who throws the ball a lot of times. And Mahomes throws the ball a lot. It's really important to do.
He throws it beyond 5 yards.
Yeah, that's
which is significant.
I feel like if you're a Chiefs fan, and maybe if you're just Andy Reid too, Mahomes is the way to go because whatever he lacks in development as a passer, he's got a cannon for an arm. He just throws the ball really far.
He's a gunslinger, if you will.
He's the anti-Alex Smith.
Just like, I don't care if he's safe, I just want the ball thrown downfield, please. That would be fun. What about, let's just go ahead and hedge a little bit in case it isn't a quarterback, even though it probably is. Inside linebacker. That's a hole that needs to be filled later on. Ooh, and we'll never know. We'll never know what happens there.
It's been so fun cutting you off.
All right.
The pick is in. The Chiefs have selected Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. All right, you guys.
We got a quarterback!
Kiss each other. Kiss on the mouth.
One thing that needs to be understood here is that the Chiefs do not draft quarterbacks and then use them. Like, I think Todd Blackledge was the last Chief to start a game. And
Where was I the last time the Chiefs drafted a first-round quarterback?
Where?
I was not born yet. It was 1983.
Wow.
I was one.
I was in high school.
It's been a long time, and Chiefs fans are happy about this.
When was the last time a quarterback who the Chiefs drafted started, I don't know, 3 or 4 games in a season?
Well, there was Brody Croyle. He was drafted, and you know what his record was? What was it, 2009, I think?
2007.
2007, he was 0-10.
Pretty impressive. You got to try to start 10 games and lose them all.
Really hard.
That's really impressive.
That's some weighted dice.
I'm happy for you, Chiefs boys, my big Chiefs boys.
Yes, excited.
All right, we have gone, I think, several minutes without anything resembling violence on this show. Charlotte, give me some more knocker ball.
I mean, the best part of this is clearly watching our coworkers get rocked by our other coworkers. So we got Richard and Alex.
Get up here.
Oh, Tyler's in the knocker ball! Oh my God! Remember, a heart for Alex and a like for Richard. Richard kind of needs this.
Please vote for Richard.
Please go for. This is like everybody's dream.
Wait, who's Richard? The like or the
Tyler
heart?
and the knocker ball.
Am I the like or the heart?
Like, I'm
You're the
hitting that
like.
The like. All right, guys, come on.
You're the
Hitting
heart.
that like.
Come on, guys. We need you to vote.
It's going to be unanimous. Everybody wants Richard.
Everybody wants Richard to hit it.
I haven't seen a single heart.
I'm sorry.
Go.
This is stupid.
Stand up.
Sit down, son. Sit down, son. What you mean?
Oh my God. Richard, I need you to detail that for us. What did that feel like?
I've worked at this company upwards of 6 months. I've been a coworker
Forever.
of Tyler Tynes. That was one of the most important and poignant moments of my tenure at SB Nation.
Richard, what about your life?
I would say probably my life, like college graduation, a couple other big things in my life.
So it was like high school graduation, college, decking Tyler in a knocker ball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's up there.
What did you say to him? You talked
Yeah,
trash.
what did you say?
That's between us. That's between us. This is a family show. So this is a family show.
So it's a good thing there weren't mics in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Richard. That was incredible. Back
All
to you,
right,
Matt.
you guys. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Internet, for giving me that good violence. Wonderful. We are now on, oh boy, the New Orleans Saints. I am joined. Who that?
I'm sorry.
I'm joined by SB Nation's editor-in-chief, ever impartial, Elaine Bergeron. Yes, and also Harry Lyles Jr. Repping the ATL.
Julio!
And I'm really excited. My first question would be for Harry, and did the Saints go to the playoffs last year?
They did not.
What makes the Saints so bad?
That's so mean.
Just where do you start, you know? I mean, first off, Elena's a fan, so. You know, just everything about New Orleans is terrible. Everything about Atlanta is better.
That's what most people say when they visit our phenomenal city.
I'm going there.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
you know, we got a lot of Atlanta people in this building, so, you know, if Atlanta comes out, she's outnumbered, so.
True. Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Is that right, Joe? Yes. You know what I mean?
Ask them if they have your back.
Right, so.
Antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him get these shots off.
So
Continue.
I can't throw shots. I know, because I know it's coming. All right. I know it's coming.
You will try to throw things. You won't try and run shots.
I can't. Though.
Elena, I know how much you just want to drag ATL for the all night long. You're gonna have a solid like 75 to 90 minutes to do that while you sit in this chair.
Right now, I have to be focused on my bullets.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you want the Saints to draft?
Marshawn Lattimore. Number one, hi, please, defense. Please give us cornerbacks. If I have to watch Delvin Breaux get turned around 3 different times by a wide receiver on a play, I'm gonna cry a
but
lot.
Delvin Breaux spells his name right and everything.
I know, it's really cute. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Until you're watching him get toasted.
Yeah, not so fun for you?
Yeah, exactly. But this is such a deep draft for cornerbacks. I would literally take any of the top 3, honestly.
All right, so let's say that the Saints are committed to not improving the NFL's worst defense over the last 5 years. Who would you like on offense?
Who would I like on offense?
Is it time to start planning for Drew Brees to retire?
Well, it's not time to draft a quarterback, so let's just slow down on that. I'm not ready to confront that future.
Okay. He's like an elderly dog where you just don't want to think about 2 years from now.
Sometimes you gotta put it down.
He's a good dog. He's a good boy.
You do.
Do I? Well, the thing is, even when you have a younger quarterback who might be the league's MVP, it doesn't guarantee you anything, honestly.
It doesn't.
No,
It really doesn't.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed.
But we're talking about the Saints here.
We're talking about the Saints.
ones with the rings, or no? We're talking about we're talking about teams with rings.
Concentrate on it. All right, yes. Offense. Yes. What would they do if they're not allowed to draft a cornerback? We're just hypothesizing. Who do you like on offense for them? Where would they need help?
I would die if they drafted an offensive player because why? Hi, we just got AP. So we've got like a pretty solid running back duo. A lot of touchdowns under those 2 belts. Hi, we got a Pro Bowler and like the league leader in touchdowns. It's active #1. We might run the ball this year. That's exciting to me.
That would be a big change. I think that Drew Brees.
He's got a backup this year.
I think throwing the ball 50 times a game is working for them. Like you can't argue with that.
Right, and we've had so much success finding wide receiver talent later in the draft. There's a Willie Snead out there somewhere. It's fine.
That's true.
Please give me a defensive player, please.
Yeah, defensive players. Can you give me what are, besides Marcus Lattimore, any other cornerbacks you got your eye on? Maybe a Kevin King, or is it too early for him?
I think it's probably a little bit too early for him. I'm thinking that if that's not what we do, I'm still looking that the Saints might end up trading this pick and trying to make Malcolm Butler happen. That would make me cry. I'm curious about Dalvin Cook still being available and wondering if there's anybody out there that wants to jump up for him.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna try this Madden thing again. Will's in charge of showing us Christian McCaffrey in a Carolina Panthers uniform for the first time.
Right. Wait, why is he
Just
playing
show
against?
him.
Wait, why are we missing? Well, I
don't like it. I don't like it.
Yup, that's me. You might be wondering out.
Why did you throw it to us? You knew this was gonna happen. It's your fault.
It is.
Take it back.
All right. Let me ask you this. Are both of you, let's say the Saints, let's talk about the show Friends. I have these random cards that have TV shows on them. Friends, Game of Thrones, The OC. Oh, The OC, such a good show.
never watched it.
If the Saints were a character on Friends, which character would they be? Are they a bit of a...
The smelly cat.
The smelly cat?
Excuse me? What? No one asked you.
So I think that I might be willing to go with a Phoebe here. Tons of personality, a lot of splash and panache. A little off kilter sometimes, and not fully able to understand and.
She's not high octane.
She's not results based.
She's not high octane enough.
Yeah, but she
Go
also is
on
not
Rachel.
results based.
Go on Rachel, yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah.
And so it is. We have a pick in for the
The
Saints.
pick is in.
Come on,
It
gentle
is
gong.
Marshawn Lattimore.
But it's going to take more than one corner to get it right.
Oh.
It's okay. You please tell me about what it takes to get things right.
I wouldn't.
25 points? Okay. Yeah,
I have no idea. 25. What is that?
I don't know. You don't know how many?
I have no. What is number 25 though?
It's later. There's knocker balls for that.
All right. So you got what you wanted, Marshawn Lattimore. Now what's next for the Saints? Well, what do you want them to take care of the rest of the draft besides a lot more defensive players?
I'm okay with them trading away the second pick after that because I think that we have a really young defense, and at this point, I would like to see us get some knowledgeable old heads besides Roman Harper to sort of lead on that side of the ball. So that's cool with me. I'm good.
All right, well, Elena, my time as the host of this show is mercifully ended. I appreciate.
You've been a miracle.
I appreciate.
Very well done. Well done. Elena,
you are going to run this show for the next, 10, 11 picks. I'm out.
Good job, Matt. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Matt.
Right.
Woo, and I'm sliding over. Ooh.
In the meantime,
Yes.
should we do a QB challenge?
Yes, absolutely. We should do a QB challenge.
Alex Rubenstein. Nope, don't want that. Alex Rubenstein, you want to do a QB challenge? Yeah. All right, come over here. All right. I need you to
exactly.
face the camera. Work here. All right. Take one of these throwing styles out of the hat randomly. Long snap. We're gonna get to see his butt.
Yeah!
So, Alex, you know the rules of this. We're gonna just set this. I need you to put your heels right here, up to the carpet. All right. And your goal is just to long snap as many. You have 4 possible targets. And you know what? If you break John's nose, that counts for 5 points. These are very softballs. You want to do it? All right.
1 minute on the clock.
We got 1 minute on the clock. Ready?
Ready? Go.
Close.
Oh, keep going. That was perfect.
All right. No. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Oh. All right. All right. You're going so slow. No.
Oh, that's high.
You gotta lean more.
Keep going. Keep going. I need you to speed it up.
Let it stand.
All right.
You gotta
Better.
slap the
Better.
butt.
Faster.
No.
Slap the butt.
You can't. Can you say that as our boss?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
It's a football term.
All right. Keep going. You gotta get one.
30 seconds.
Nope. Way off.
Here we go, Ruby 2.
Do better.
Oh, no. You didn't get it. It bounced out. You Tom Sewell'd it. Good job. All right, Elena, I'm sorry you had to watch that. Please do something.
Oh, no, I enjoyed it so greatly. Hi, I am your new host for this portion of the Live Drive show. I'm Elena Bergeron. I'm all of these people's bosses. So keep that in consideration right now.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, huh? Mm-hmm. Not just today. So. For this portion of this block of the programming, we are going to pivot, I suppose. We should be talking about the Cleveland Browns, but should we be talking about the Cleveland Browns? I haven't heard a gong, so I'm gonna just rock with it. So far, what do you think about the Browns drafts, and what do they need now coming into this pick if they still have it? We're hearing some
If they
things.
still have it,
Yes.
If they draft Watson, they are the offseason winners by far. With what they did in free agency, getting Garrett, I think Watson might be the best quarterback eventually out of this class. That's if they still have the 12th pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Is he the best player still on the board, Deshaun?
Jonathan Allen's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he has injury concerns in his shoulders. They're arthritic. So he's really slid. But, he was slid up in the top 2, 3, 4 picks before the shoulder thing came out. So they could even take him or Nick Barnett and get another pass rusher.
Right. I'm looking forward to watching the rest. Oh, that's that gong.
Yo, we got a trade.
We got a trade.
Houston is on the clock.
Houston is now on the clock.
Yeah. I wonder who that could be for.
Yeah. Houston's on the clock, and that's what I heard in my earpiece, but I couldn't say it out loud. Gina, first female blogger for the Atlanta Falcons, so salute to you. Hi, even though it's a trash team. Houston Texans.
Yours, Elena.
No, it's love. Houston Texans are on the clock. What do they need at this point in the draft? Who do you think they're trading up to get? What's the target there?
I mean, they actually have Tom Savage as a possibly starting quarterback, and so they really need a quarterback. And I think they've got to be trading up to get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
100%. I don't see anyone else they could possibly be moving up for. But the Browns keep stockpiling picks. I think that if they can suck again and get Sam Darnold next year, then that would be an even bigger home run for them.
I believe in that.
Suck for Sam. We have to start the campaign now. The Browns.
The Browns are so bad that they need more than one draft and one offseason
Correct.
to turn it around. So, yeah.
If you roll with Kessler and you win 2 games or 3 games again, they probably will win more, though, which is unfortunate for them. But Darno is the guy next year they can get.
You win 2 games and you've doubled your win total from last year. So, I mean, that's still a big deal.
And that seems like enough. I'm looking forward to the rest of the Deshaun Watson, Arya Stark crossing people off his list of people to kill. Yes. It's like he came into this draft with an WWE mindset, basically saying, you know what? Maybe I should have lost more. Oh, I consider it a slap in the face if you take Mitchell Trubisky before me. And I'm like, motivation, chip on his shoulder. Is Houston a good fit for him, though, all those things aside?
I mean, I think that it is. He's going to have to make some adjustments to his game no matter what. He didn't take a ton of snaps from under center in college, like maybe 1 or 2 last season, over the entire season. So he's going to have to make some adjustments to his game no matter where he goes. So, I mean, I think that he can be a fit there. And Bill O'Brien is a good quarterbacks coach. He's been a good quarterbacks coach. So I think he'll be able to coax him to the point of being a viable starter.
Gotcha.
Brian Hoyer led the Texans to the playoffs.
So Hoyer.
Hoyer, yeah, you look at the Game of Thrones. Brian Hoyer. And I think they can get Watson to do the same thing. And Bill O'Brien is a guru with quarterbacks. So, but if you look at the trend of all these quarterbacks being picked, there's already kind of a starter there for 2017. So a lot of these guys can sit behind for 1 year and learn the system and then go play. I mean, I assume at some point Watson will play if he's the pick by the Texans.
Yeah. Hey there, ho there. Looking at you, Social Desk. What are people saying on interwebs?
Elena, we have ourselves a hashtag deleted tweet watch. It has not been deleted yet.
It's so good.
But 2 years ago, January of 2015, new Chicago Bear, this is for you, Susanna, Mitchell Trubisky tweeted, "Hell yeah, comma, go Packers."
Which is like,
I'm actually going to refresh this real quick. Let's just make sure. Nope, still there. Hasn't
Still
deleted
there.
it yet. He's had time. He hasn't deleted it
And the
yet.
wonderful thing about this is, like, we all have bad tweets, and then you... Okay, Ryan, you do have bad tweets.
All perfect.
But it's
batting 1,000.
It's the kind of thing where, like, they're just gonna come back to haunt you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But hit the gong.
We got ourselves a pick.
We got ourselves a pick.
Woo!
Deshaun Watson.
You guys called it. I think that's perfect. And we got some value here coming out of the blocks. Like, what are you expecting to see Deshaun Watson? Who's he got to throw to there? I don't think I even remember.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh,
so,
man.
I mean, he's a good target. Braxton Miller, a Buckeye. So that's good. So he does have some talent around him.
Yeah.
Will Fuller as well.
Oh, yeah, Will Fuller.
The Browns now own the Texans' first and second round picks next season with the Osweiler trade.
Yeah.
So I think they want to hope the Texans do poorly, so get more picks for them. But they just keep acquiring picks. At some point, I have to feel they have to use them. Maybe they package some of these picks to get Garoppolo tonight. You have to get a quarterback at some point.
Yeah. Right. Are they overvaluing the worth of a draft pick, do you think?
I just think that they have so many needs. Yeah. And I think that they know that. And, you know, one of the things that Dee Podesta, the guy that they brought in, the Moneyball guy, said is that they don't feel that they're any better at picking draft picks than anybody else. So they need to have more picks to work with because they have more needs. So I think that that's really what they're doing.
NFL organizations are not very patient. So it's kind of surprising to me to see them keep stockpiling draft picks because typically now coaches get 2 to 3 years, and Hugh Jackson's not going to win in 2 or 3 years with no one at quarterback. So they keep stockpiling these picks, but is he going to be the guy who gets to lead the team going forward, or are they going to get rid of him after 2 or 3 years and bring in someone else to reap the benefits of all these picks? Plus, look, Joe Thomas not getting any younger. It'd be good to win with him at left tackle because he's a guy that can do it, and they have to get someone new. So hopefully they stockpile these picks and trade for Garoppolo at some point.
Jim, my lovely young compatriots over there on the social desk looking like they got something to say.
Yeah, we have another pretty good tweet.
Pretty good.
So Jalen Tabor and Jamal Adams made a bet with each other that whoever goes first in the draft, the other one has to take that one to anywhere they want to go. Originally, they said anywhere in the country, but then not Benihana.
like
no
in
one
the
wants
world.
like
Terrible vacation.
Oh my God!
Not a real place.
If Jess could go anywhere, she would go to Benihana. Oh my God. So anyway, they originally said like in the country, and then Adam said he wanted to go to Paris. So I guess Jalen Tabor has to take Jamal Adams to Paris.
Clearly, Jamal Adams went first.
Have you ever lost a bet like that expensive?
No, because I'm not rich.
Let's make a bet right now.
Make a bet? Okay.
Do you want to bet something?
Whichever one of us gets drafted to be an NFL player first has to
Take the other one to Benihana.
take the other one to Benihana.
Okay.
Deal.
Boom. Great.
Shake on it.
Deal.
Wait.
I really hope I get picked tonight.
Elena,
All right,
just
Elena.
get us out of this.
There was no spit on the hand, so it's non-binding handshake. It's
You don't
fine.
know that.
It's the law.
Napoleonic. Okay, so now that we got the Texans out of the way and Deshaun Watson's off the board, Arizona Cardinals are up. What do they need? There's a lot of people that on that team, I think my BS meter is sort of going off from what a lot of their characters said in the offseason. Basically that Larry Fitzgerald was gonna come back and not retire. He's still gonna be elite-ish, serviceable. What?
I mean, he had a decent season last year, but they do have to start thinking about life after Larry Fitzgerald and Carson Palmer, too.
Yeah.
Well, the quarterback's gone. Jonathan Allen to replace Calais Campbell or Malik Hooker to replace Tony Jefferson in the back end. Those are the two picks. They have to choose those two. Maybe Nick Barnett is another pass rusher, but I think they could steal Jonathan Allen right here at 13 to replace Calais Campbell. That would be a home run for them.
Yeah, that's huge for them. Looking at David Johnson, too, who's another person that is coming back from some injuries, looks kind of sketchy. He says he's 100,000% back. That's not a direct quote. Do you believe him?
That's a tough injury to come back from, and it happened late in the season. So it'll be interesting to see if he's fully ready to go by the time the season starts. But he certainly had a spectacular season up until the point that he got injured. So I know Arizona's certainly hoping that he'll be ready to go by week 1.
Sure. I mean, I think everyone is in the best shape of their life in the offseason, especially the first day of training camp. It's all you hear. And I mean, I think they won't rush him back because he's so valuable for that team, especially if they don't get any more help at wide receiver. I could see them even going O.J. Howard here, helping Carson Palmer out as another weapon. So we'll see what they do. There's a lot of options because the run on quarterbacks has pushed all these defenders down, all these players down. So that's what always happens. These teams always take quarterbacks, and in a down year when they're not supposed to take quarterbacks, and all the teams at the bottom get to reap the benefits of this.
I got you. Still a lot of defensive talent left over. Ryan, wouldn't you agree?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening at all. Was I supposed to speak? No, I'm too busy thinking of our next two knocker ball candidates. I'm gonna go with Alex Rubenstein. I'm gonna give him another shot. And can I get a Rob? Can I get a Rob Landsman to the stage?
Who's in there?
Why are you under? David Fucillo.
As always,
that beard right off.
a heart on my left for Alex, a like on my right for, come here, guys. Come on. So we got a heart for Alex, and we got a thumbs up for Rob, and you guys need to vote on who you want to hit Fooch in the knocker ball. Seth, how we doing? What's it looking like?
I'm just trying to think about which one of these people I want to see hit.
Alex won't hit a fellow Niner fan that hard. He just won't do it.
It is true.
He just won't do it.
Rob's a Pats fan, so
Early
he's
returns,
used to
it's
winning.
actually all the returns. It's a lot of thumbs ups.
Oh,
We want
Rob!
Robbie
No
going
one
in
wants
there.
to do anyone. Rob, get in Wow. Rob, come on back. Look at this man. Look how happy he is. He's so happy. What did that feel like?
Is his beard still on?
No, his beard fell off. You hit his beard off. But you just
Is he
look,
okay?
Yeah, no, I think he's okay, but you just look so happy coming back there. It's like concerning.
I'm gonna say that feels really good.
Does it?
Everyone should try this.
It is very cathartic.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I'm really glad that you got to experience that.
No, like, that could have
Elena,
been anybody.
back to you.
I'm sorry. You okay?
Gotcha. Rob is a man with a lot of rage, so I'm glad you were able to flex that and just showcase it in all your brilliance. Back to the Cardinals, though, who are still on the clock. You mentioned the defensive talent that's still available out there, and asking our team sites about who their dream pick is for their community, right? The top two people that they named that are still left on the board, Reuben Foster and Hassan Reddick. Who do you think they grab?
Foster is sliding mainly because of the issue that he had getting sent home from the combine, and then also he had a diluted sample at the combine, which counts as a failed drug test. And so I think that he may continue to slide, but Reddick's kind of an interesting option for them there.
Yeah, I think Foster is a great talent, but that red flag with the drug test, now if he fails one more, it's a 4-game suspension, and it's hard to invest a top pick in a guy who might get a 4-game suspension. So Reddick might be the pick here, or Jonathan Allen. I mean, I think he's sliding because of his shoulders, but if he can stay healthy, you're getting a beast right there.
While we wait for the Cardinals to make their pick, I believe our good friend Ryan Nanny has some Pictionary action.
I mean, I wouldn't say I have it. I would say Alex Rubenstein has it. The greatest artist in childhood. Alex is going to draw a Pictionary picture that I'm going to whisper to him what he has to draw, and we're going to see how quickly his colleagues can guess what it is. Alex, I'm going to lean.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Can I go? Do we got like a clock?
Now, before you start, this is football related, so you at least have that much. Ready? Begin.
Okay.
It's a person.
A player?
It's a dog.
Dog.
It's a rabbit.
It's a tricorner hat.
Mario?
A bow.
Matt?
Can
you
If you get them to get this
Headphones.
right
It's a coach.
before the
It's a
Cardinals
coach.
pick,
Okay.
Mike.
Headset. Coach with the M on his hat.
Mike Mularkey.
Jim Harbaugh.
Boom.
Wow.
You're not supposed to use letters.
Yeah, I do. No, it's not a logo. It's a letter because let's have you draw a logo. No. He wants to draw a logo. We'll let him draw a logo. Hold on. Come over here.
I'm still smart for getting it.
All right, Alex is gonna draw an NFL logo because he's so good.
You just set him up for such failure.
I don't care. All right, here we go.
I just have to get to guess it. It's not even gonna be accurate.
All right.
Well, it's not going to be accurate.
Eagles.
Picture the
Seahawk. It's a band. Breadsticks.
Brett, is it a person?
Buccaneer.
How did you get to that?
A pirate. I don't know, like the cross.
What is wrong with you?
Jolly Roger.
Something is wrong with you.
I got you, Alex. I got you.
Okay, all right, we got time for one more. This is gonna be truly
the face and bread bones of the Buccaneers.
All right, new paper. We can't. Here, we'll sell this for charity. I promise.
But hey, both Pirates.
All right, again, football related.
Okay. I forgot already. Sorry.
No, yes, come on.
He was thinking about Solomon Thomas.
God.
What's the category?
It's a person.
Football. It's still football.
It's a person above a toaster.
Dan Root.
Oh man.
No.
Too sad.
He has no idea what he's doing here.
Have a body?
No, he's in bed.
Refrigerator Perry.
You got to pause.
We'll come back to it.
I'm sorry. There has been a pick in the NFL draft. The Cardinals have selected Hassan Reddick at 13.
Ooh, y'all nailed it. Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too, and I guess Cardinals fans and Revenge of the Birds readers get what they want also.
Yeah, exactly. Way to score that pick, guys. Yeah, with the departure of Tony Jefferson from last year, everybody said it created a need for a safety. You're looking at the secondary. What do you think they get there out of Hassan Reddick?
Oh, well, he's a linebacker,
Yep.
so I think that they'll get additional pressure on opposing quarterbacks, which they need. And last year was a down year from the Cardinals. They went from a 13-3 finish, NFC Championship game appearance, to not even making the playoffs. So I think that he'll help get that defense back to where it was in 2015 and help them bounce back this season.
I'm hearing we have another update for the Social Dust.
We
Hold
do.
that thought, Jeff.
We do, yeah.
This is an official update from the NFL account. So check this out. This is from the NFL Twitter account at about 3 p.m. And this is them tweeting the picture of Deshaun Watson's little card that they would use to announce he's been drafted. That tweet was quote tweeted by the Houston Texans with a little embarrassed face at 4:33 p.m. A full 4 hours before they traded to get that pick.
Which is like thinking face emoji.
Yeah, someone give me this emoji.
Okay, yeah, can we see that? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I love when teams just sort of go for
Well,
it.
but did they already know that they were going to be able to do that trade at that point? Because that wasn't announced until right before they made the trade.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
I don't
never know.
I think we have a conspiracy.
Do you really think the social media team for
Alex-
the Texans was privy to the war room?
Yes?
Maybe. Don't ask us. We're just the social desk. Elena.
Okay.
Elena, back to you.
Oh, I've been waiting on this moment. Now that the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock, we're joined here by, I'm not going to call you Tom Collins, even
That's not my
though,
name.
you know, you could just bring that by the desk whenever you're ready. It's 10 o'clock over here, guys. It's Tom Connors, who
That's
is a
correct.
director for our lovely Vox vertical neighbors, The Verge.
Correct.
And a man who can never go back to his hometown, Philly, after that terrible display of
really
knocker
bad.
ball, both sides of the knocker ball.
My hood love me. I'm crazy.
Tyler Tynes, who is double cupped up, and I don't even know what's in there. Not gonna ask. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
I've always been blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
You blessed for the mic?
Too blessed for the mic.
It's all right. No one needs to hear his thoughts out loud. Just, you know, think and telepath things out into our audience. Now, hi guys. Hi.
Yo.
Weirdo Division. Who are you looking at still on the board? It's a passionate fan base.
At this point, like, one, this pick is a luxury. Like, we got Sam Bradford out of town, and now we have a pick in the first round of the draft. So, like, and with the amount of people that have slid, I'm honestly happy with anyone. Well, okay, the Eagles have made some bad picks in the past, but
I mean, what you should do is bless the most beautiful quarterback in America right now with the most beautiful running back in America and give us Dalvin Cook. We deserve Dalvin Cook. We only deserve Dalvin Cook. I don't care who else on the board. We deserve Dalvin Cook. We haven't had a great running back since I was playing running back. So we need a great running back in Dalvin Cook.
Play running back, that doesn't count. Pop Warner, not a thing that counts here today in the NFL Draft Live Show, but that is fine. So you think the need is there for running back? Obviously, you guys pulled Alshon Jeffrey in the offseason. That's a big get. Should help out Carson Wentz. Why do you think Dalvin Cook has dropped behind a couple running backs that we've seen come off the board? Christian McCaffrey, Big Lynn.
You know, quote, character issues. So, I mean, we deal with character issues in Philly. We're all about giving second chances out. So, Dalvin, come back to the city that loves you, and let's get a third down back and win something.
When we go off the field issues, when talking about somebody like Dalvin Cook, and who knows what that even means. I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, middle school trouble. And then some other people out there on the internet saying, you know, he's this year's version of Laramie Tunsil. Somebody sabotaging him. What do you believe and how much do you care?
Oh, what's up? Social desk invading. Hi.
We have a surprise knocker ball challenge.
All right.
We have someone waiting in the knocker ball for you guys.
Oh, it's Will.
Seems like
Seems like
I lied to you.
Oh.
we're gonna. So we got.
Let's check Facebook.
Yeah, we got a heart and we
hearts
got a
on the
like.
left.
And also,
Likes
Tyler,
on the
why are
right
you
for
drinking out of a
Tyler.
solo cup? Jesus.
Oh, wait, what?
What is that?
Tyler's been owned by the knocker ball twice so
We
far.
got-
So, I mean, you could still give him that
Send
thumbs
him
up,
back.
though. We never
Thumbs
get
up
tired
for
of it.
Tyler.
We got
Hearts
we
are
got way more likes than hearts and a lot of angry
Hearts are down.
faces, which wasn't an option.
Cut.
Like,
Go.
like,
Go.
like,
Go.
Tyler.
Go.
The
You.
internet
Go.
has spoken.
Tyler, go.
The internet has spoken.
Get killed.
What's wrong with you?
There's no video evidence.
Was that Fooch still?
Oh man.
Tyler, go back. Go back to the desk.
We didn't see
Go
it.
back to the desk. No. Sit down. That was great.
Just go ahead.
You did great. Poor Fooch.
You've got 3 knocker ball fails, and I think that's enough for any one man. I'm so sorry for you. It's fine. You guys, did you go to the postseason this past?
No,
What
we did not do that.
Okay, so how?
But the division was probably super good, right?
Right? Oh no, that's.
I mean,
that's
fine.
That was an off-camera Giants fan. I'm not even gonna talk about that. That's fine.
We had a classic good rebuild year with Carson Wentzylvania and Cadillac Carson Wentz, and now we are equipped to do what we need to do. We got receivers, we've got Cadillac Carson Wentz, we've got
You said,
the
yeah,
whole
you said that right. We got.
the world needs to know his new nickname.
Yeah, I mean, like, Howie Roseman's like trip to the basement of the Novicker complex is like working out really well for him this year. Like, if he had not gone all the wide receiver help that we did, we would be in big trouble right now in this first round.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you guys went running back with this pick because you don't usually see us get to this point in the draft and there still be running back 1 talent available. But I'm curious what you guys think about the defensive side of the ball, whether they're
The pick is in. Derek Barnett.
Ooh.
Tyler, what's that face?
Go Birds!
Yeah.
What is that face?
He doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
This is a great pick.
I was just
he's
asking
dope.
you.
He's
Yeah.
real dope.
No,
He's real dope. I just feel as though our need should have been finishing how good our offense can be instead
Listen.
of getting another end.
Yeah.
But Derek Barnett's great. I mean, he's great. So.
Tennessee is a program that historically underperforms, so he is a perfect fit. Philadelphia.
This man is married to a Tennessee fan, so full disclosure.
I hope she's asleep.
She's a lovely lady. Hey. But I'm curious because you guys were going all in on offense there, and I was just about to ask you a question about defense. And oh my God, Derek Barnett, what do you hope that he gives you guys defense?
I mean, I'm just happy. The fact that we can make a pick where like we had value. There was Derek Barnett was linked to us for a while, so like I wasn't surprised by that. And the fact that we didn't just like fold and like pick a corner off the board, I'm happy with the decision.
At the same time, we've been revamping our defense for like the last year, right? So we added a new D tackle from Baltimore. We already have an end in Brandon Graham who had an amazing last year and a comeback last year. Now he's in a better scheme that actually works for him. And then we've had good linebackers and our cornerbacks are surging. So it's not like the defense is as trash as it was. It's surging upward, and with a lot of defensive players still left, if we want to, address the defense for the rest of the draft, fine. We still should have got Dalvin Cook though.
Well, you don't always get the pick you want, but sometimes you get the pick you need. And with that, we'll talk about righting this injustice. Social Desk, what y'all got for Taco? Please help that man.
Taco Challenge.
We have been really bad about writing the major injustice of tonight, which is that Taco Charlton is not followed by major taco chains, which is such a misbranding opportunity
They're leaving
on
money
their
on
part.
the table.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Lamps already
Not
have.
how Twitter works.
Whatever, Ryan.
Shut up.
As if you know how Twitter works.
You're not even on Twitter.
That's true.
You don't have a Twitter. Anyway.
I would like to suggest a tweet that you could say to your followers. Hey, at Chipotle Tweets, that's Chipotle's handle.
That's her handle.
It's NFL Draft Night. Please follow the Supreme Taco on Twitter. #Taco Challenge. #SB Nation Live. And then throw a little @Oprah at the end so she can help you signal boost.
Yes. We need
It's
to.
not funny. We need help.
The challenge
Shut
has changed
up.
from getting Taco Places to follow Taco Charlton to getting Oprah to getting Taco Places
To follow
to
me.
follow Seth.
Well, just Oprah to follow
to
me.
follow Seth. Oh God, this is going south real quick.
Back to you guys.
Back to you, Elena.
As any strategic social maven knows, all tweets to Oprah go through Gail first. So that's where you got the game twisted, Seth. And with that, now that the Eagles are off the board, we got up next the Indianapolis Colts. Oh my Lord. And with us now, back, hi RVB, our NFL editor for SBNation.com, and Alex Kirshner.
Hello.
Hi.
Not dead.
Not dead. I survived.
You know who's also not dead, surprisingly? Andrew Luck. How do you like that for a pivot? Woo!
How dare you?
I don't get it. Well, hopefully these guys can help you get it, because what the hell is that O-line? What is going on in the Colts?
It's trash. The right side of it in particular is really bad, but the defense is really bad too. So like, there's still a lot of good defensive players on the board in the draft. So that's probably where they ought to go, because there's some guys out there like Malik Hooker and some others who probably should have been picked already. But I mean,
Really should have been picked.
you don't have to be Ryan Grigson to understand that there's good players out there. You probably should draft. But
I mean, I've always felt that if I were an NFL personnel guy, it would be good to draft for a team like the Colts, because you don't really have to worry about need beyond quarterback. We have Andrew Luck. I mean, you've got bad players everywhere. It's symmetrical. So you can kind of take your pick. And I would think that defensively, I mean, obviously they haven't fielded great defenses really since, not with regularity, since like Tony Dungy's days. So for them to maybe go that route, I think that would be shrewd.
So what you're saying is, with a first-year GM on board, Chris Ballard, who comes in and says he wants to rebuild the front, is this like a no-lose draft for him?
maybe. I mean, it's been sort of a no-lose for the Colts, but they found a way to do it. So, I mean, if they've replaced the Vicodin that told them who to pick in the draft the last few years, I mean, I think that's probably the best thing they could do for the team right now.
And they have drafted. I mean, one of the reasons that Ryan Grigson I don't think is there anymore. Well, he's not there. One of the reasons I think he's not there is that of the defensive players that they drafted under him, I think one or two of them signed a second contract with the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get much longevity. I don't think they got much in the way of splash contributors right when they got there. So at some point, you pick horribly and then horribly again, and you lose your job.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not there.
You pick badly and then you go 8-8 and you miss the playoffs in back-to-back seasons again, and that's kind of the death knell for any GM. So, all right. What's out there in the draft? You talked a little bit about some of the defensive players that are still on the board. Is there an edge rusher out there?
Yeah, I was thinking of Jonathan Allen's not really an edge rusher, but you've also got Malik McDowell out there still, who would be a really good pick for them. Jonathan Allen's still available, which is
crazy, right?
And I've mentioned Malik Hooker. I mean, Jonathan Allen, I'm a college football writer, generally speaking. I mean, I would
Not
pick Deshaun
generally
Watson 1, Jonathan Allen 2. I would have been done with it right there. I don't understand what he's still doing on the board.
Yeah, I was like, not generally speaking, that is your actual job title. Hi. College football writer. And with that, I'm going to pivot back to Social Desk because they look like they got
a good
something
one.
to say.
So this is a tweet from @DownWithDamon, who spotted a gentleman in a Cleveland Browns Mitch Trubisky jersey in front of.
Is that Brady Quinn in the jersey?
In front of Mitch Trubisky
himself,
now member of the Chicago Bears.
It's just like when people get tattoos of like the Browns winning the Super Bowl. I mean,
Who does that?
No.
What are you
no one has
talking
that.
about?
I'll show you after.
Seth has a tramp stamp of the Browns winning.
I wonder if he made him sign that. I hope he made him sign that.
It's just like, just wait a second, man. Like, get the right. Although now he has a Browns.
Are you saying the
jersey.
better option is to have an accurate Browns jersey? Do you see people with accurate Browns jerseys and say that's a good decision maker? I respect them.
There's not really a good Browns jersey right now.
Right,
But like,
so why not have the dumb
Jeremy
one?
Shockey jersey.
Yeah, that's right. And I paid $6 for it. The smartest man in
That's
the world.
$6 too many. All right, Amanda, back to you.
Shocky. I'm sorry. I just like to say that. It's fine. He was a saint. It was a good time. Yay! We mentioned some of the players who are still on the board for the Colts, but Stampede Blue, our Indianapolis Colts team site.
sorry, update from the social desk because the Colts have hooked Malik Hooker.
No. Fire Charlotte! Fire Charlotte!
It was good. Everybody shut up.
Stop throwing stuff at me.
Oh, and Shark. We just talked about Malik Hooker and Jonathan Allen still being out. Win, lose here.
I think it's a good pick.
Yep.
Smart move.
He only started for 1 year at Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State just cycles through 3 to 5 NFL draft pick defensive backs at a time every year. He had been behind Von Bell.
Yep.
He had been behind Tyvis Powell, who I don't believe has gone on to quite the pro career that Bell has, but he'd been behind experienced players who are really good. Gets a chance last year. Does nothing other than make unanimous All-America. Kind of plays a center field kind of safety. I'd imagine he'd be sort of in a free safety, backside safety role, who can defend over the top. And yeah, I mean, he can really enforce a no-fly zone over kind of certain deep parts of the field and keep a lid on a defense. So I think it'll be a nice pickup for them.
Over Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good move. They need it. It's a good safety. Like, that's really hard to find. And this draft is loaded with them.
We might have to just.
Gotcha. My stomach is grumbling because we ate a lot of Mexican food a long time ago. So I don't know if it's hunger or, something else. I'm going to throw to Ryan with that to see how you're going to further upset my tummy.
It's pizza draft time.
Pizza,
Elena,
give me.
Elena mentioned that she's our boss, so Elena, I'm just gonna give you the first pick. Go ahead. What do you want? What do you want on your pizza? Number 1.
First overall.
You know where I'm going with this because I like the meats. And I know what you
What?
Hey,
Say it
again. Hey, I'm your boss. You shut it up. I know what a lot of people think about the champion of pizza meats. And I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's sausage. I'm going sausage.
Wow, sausage. Great pick.
Yep.
All right. Social team, I want Facebook to make the second pick.
Facebook, what do you guys want?
Get some picks in. Let's make them go third, maybe, and let someone else go
in the
first.
comments what you want us to draft. You can see the board up there. We got
pineapple, eggplant, shrimp, mushrooms.
All right, well,
If you don't get a response in time,
First
we're going to
answer.
give you something
we're gonna
terrible.
choose. I mean, Facebook's kind of lagging.
There's bubbles.
I think.
Pick
All right,
something.
We're giving them shrimp.
Shrimp.
Shrimp off the board.
Pizza is shrimp.
They're not gonna have to eat this pizza.
Oh, someone said shrimp.
We have.
Perfect.
You're gonna get third pick because Dan loves food and I want him to suffer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with where I've been mocked at before,
Right.
Pepperoni's falling to me.
Pepperoni.
I'm gonna get that. That's the number one
That's
on
a
my
real
board.
value pick. That's a
Lies.
real
Somebody told you wrong.
Do you guys like how mature we are?
Dan, what are you going with here?
Oh,
Pick
man.
4.
Artichoke is tempting. I'm gonna go with something that I'm a little bit worried about how moist it might be.
Oh, great.
Why are you doing this?
So I want to make sure if I go meatballs, my balls are moist.
God, fired.
Dan, Elena just fired you.
I'm gonna choose those juicy balls. Give me the juicy balls.
Ugh. Do we think they're
So
whole or
much
like
right
cut in
now.
half?
All right, that's round 1.
Bubbles!
Elena, we're gonna come back to this in a
And
little
in what,
bit.
another 2 hours?
More football, please.
I'm so hungry.
I'm sitting pretty. I hope that Baltimore feels as confident as I did when they make their pick. Number 16. Hi, we're back with Gina. She's a lamb. And we've got Brian Floyd, who is our managing editor and a diehard Baltimore Ravens fan, right?
As of 10 minutes ago.
Pretty elite jersey you got there.
I think he's at like middle of the road right now. Not quite elite, but yes.
That's the next time.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna pivot to the Ravens and act like, the last 2 years are just Groundhog Day again. What is it gonna take for them to go 8-8 again?
That's like as early as possible.
If they want to go 8-8 again, they shouldn't really make too many changes. But if they want to improve, they probably need to add a pass rusher. They definitely need help in the secondary. It's a deep draft for both, so they should be able to get some help with this pick.
It's Baltimore. It's built on defense, and half of Alabama's defense is still out there right now, too. So, hey, maybe.
Yeah, we just saw an Ohio State player come off the board. Everybody's expecting that. It's a run of Ohio State defensive players, Alabama defensive players. And that should be fun watching the Alabama fans say goodbye to their big boys. Aww.
It served them so well, though.
Since you are such a huge college football fan, Brian Floyd, hi, do the Ravens have the lesser of the Harbaughs on the decks? Ooh, put you on the spot there.
That is a tough question. Yes.
We got time to kill, so why not?
It is the lesser Harbaugh, less for coaching ability and more for entertainment value. Jim is a lot more out there than John, but it is fun when they play each other at least, and it's sad that we don't get to see that anymore.
Gotcha. In terms of talent that's out there, though, our boy Taco met with the Ravens, a couple other teams, but he met with the Ravens. It'd be pretty cool here to see Taco go off the board for the Ravens. Would he bring some value there?
Yeah, I think he absolutely would. So there's Taco. Jonathan Allen's still on the board, right?
Right.
So he's still there. And then also Takaris McKinley out of UCLA. He's another option for them here if that's where they want to go with this pick.
Gotcha. And so because Baltimore's on the clock and they are so mediocre and there's nothing to really talk about with them until they make their jazzy pick, I'm going to shuffle my deck of TV shows that we can compare them to.
All right.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna cheat. If the Baltimore Ravens were a character on The Golden Girls, The Golden Girls, which character would they be?
Stanley!
You bum.
Optimus Prime.
That's a really tough question.
While you think about it, I could sing the theme song for a little bit.
I think everybody would enjoy that.
Emma Carter. This is a very Dorothy dress, so I want to give a shout out to B. Arthur, R.I.P., because she had some fashion sense. Wow. I love you, Jess.
You got to keep that going.
Do you have a pick?
Okay, well, they're not Blanche because AFC North teams, they're not sexy. They're not Sophia, I don't think. I don't think they're Dorothy, so by default, they've got to be Rose.
Yeah, good old reliable Rose. What do you think, Brian?
I'm going to agree with Gina. I think that's kind of your default option, which is what the Ravens are anyway.
Rose was reliable and consistent. Brashad Perriman,
not so much.
How do you like that for a pivot? I did that. Do you still believe that he could be a top flight receiver, as John Harbaugh thinks?
If he can get healthy and stay healthy, yes. I mean, I think that the talent's there. It's just the most important ability.
We have a pick coming out.
Sorry.
I'll pick us in.
Big change up there. Let's start getting some beats going.
The pick is Marlon Humphrey. Oh, I don't know. Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh,
Correct by default.
interesting. That was my second choice for a cornerback who I would have wanted as a Saints fan just because he's pretty awesome and doesn't have the same ligament issues as Mr. Lattimore. All Marshawn's are great, though.
Exactly.
Okay, so for my second choice, and obviously the Ravens' first choice, the NFL Draft's overall 16th choice, what do we need to know?
They added Brandon Carr this offseason, but they still had quite a bit of work to do to get that secondary to the point of being competitive. So I think it's a great pick. It fills a need with a very, very good player.
And it's from Alabama, so you're getting a player who's run a professional system for a few years. So the transition's easy and played at the top level anyway.
Yeah, still over Jonathan Allen. He's still out there. What do you guys think is the reason for him? He's somebody that was predicted to be probably like the second best overall talent in the draft. What's happening?
It has to be the medical teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Jonathan Allen said that it's an issue that won't really impact him till he's done playing football, but I don't know that teams agree with that, and I don't know that that's what their doctors determined when they examined him. So I think that that has to be the issue.
Someone's going to get a steal, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will.
Are we about to see a run on Alabama players?
I think
Is it
so. I
that
was
time of
thinking that too.
day?
Yeah, it's about time.
All right, and speaking of what it's time for, hey, Pictionary, we have the lackluster drawing talents of Alex, who maybe you should just let him draw his field.
I'm really disappointed we had to cut away from the last one where he got so flustered drawing Roger Goodell that he just drew a computer and made Jess guess computer brands until she guessed Dell, which was very effective. But I've given him a new clue or a new word that he has to draw. Please don't use any letters this time. What are you doing? Don't fold it right. Just draw the damn thing. All right, ready? Go.
Is it still football?
It's all football. Alex doesn't know anything other than football.
What does a woman's touch feel like, Alex?
God. Nice. What is a rewarding life?
Steve Smith, you're messing him up. Let the artist work.
The person.
He's happy, so it's not a Niners fan.
Is he lying on a t-shirt? Yep.
Yep, lying on a t-shirt.
Alex's inability to draw clothes on stick figures. No, we can't draw. No.
It's a tight end, though, right?
Is that Gronk?
Is that Tony Gonzalez?
Yes, it's Gronk. God, how do you cheat at this game? Why do you always cheat at this game? I'm so disappointed in you. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have you draw a non-football thing.
Oh, wow.
Now it feels like a good time to put on my Pats jersey.
All right, he's gonna draw a non-football thing. We're gonna see how this goes.
Dignity to win.
Just start. Don't think. It won't help.
Apple. Oh, it's a lady.
It's Sputnik. it's a salt shaker.
It's Lady Sputnik.
It's a salt shaker.
She has a tutu on.
Is it a ballerina?
What? A prima ballerina?
It's ballet. I'll give it to you.
It's ballet, not a ballerina.
Although that could have been a hula hoop. You're a disappointing human
Yeah,
being.
That's exactly what human hair looks like.
Elena, can we agree that
how
we'll
Alex
never
sees
play
women.
this game with him again?
It's absolutely fine. I am so proud of you, Alex. If you guys have ever seen any of Alex's drawings on the Twitter, you know this is a big step for him. He would have torn that page up if the answer was Justin Smith. So I am amazed that you even know what a ballerina looks like, to be quite frank. But I love you. And with that, on the clock now, we have the Washington Football Club at pick number 17. There was some conjecture out there in the space that Cleveland was trying to get a hold of Kirk Cousins.
Shoulda.
That turns out
Shouldn't have.
maybe not to be true.
Correct.
Probably
decision.
wasn't.
That's a good call on that.
How wedded are they to their current quarterback, do you think?
Shouldn't be.
Should be.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I was talking to an Eagles fan about the Washington team.
Them boys from Virginia need a better quarterback. And
I
a
don't know
better
if I
team.
could be more indifferent to Kirk Cousins as the Washington football team quarterback if I tried. I just can't form a strong opinion about it, to be honest.
He gritty.
He's pretty bland, but that is serviceable in their division. That's fine. What is not is that trash defense. It's been bad. And you've got a Josh Norman there, and, you know, that was a big acquisition for them last season. And now, who do we got in? DJ Swearinger?
And D'Angelo Hall, who's all of 55 years old.
Yeah,
And has no knees left.
So if you have a couple pieces in the secondary there, what are you looking for in terms of talent for Washington and that team?
Well, I think much like the public transportation infrastructure in the Washington area, this defensive line needs some investment.
Ooh, burn. and infrastructure burn. That's hella Beltway.
That's so on brand for Alex too. Like, it's just so on brand for Alex.
I do think that they could use to bolster their front. You're in the NFC East. It's a league, it's a division that has tended over the years to have a lot of really good, powerful running teams. It's good to be able to stop those teams.
Yep.
Outside of their secondary being trash and outside of their defense being trash, I mean, their defensive line is just really, really trash. So, like, to really help that trash defensive line for that trash team or a trash franchise and a trash owner, I mean, you should probably get one of the best defensive players that's still available, like Jonathan Allen.
It says it like Smurfs say the word Smurf. You know? This trash and trash, trashity trash.
Says the man who is 0 for 3 in knocker ball.
Oh.
So
I got the last one.
That doesn't count. I'm cutting you off and throwing the rock.
I don't want to talk about the NFC East anymore, so we're going to do one more Two Truths and a Lie. This one's about Bruce Arians, Arizona Cardinals coach.
It's his Kango ring.
He has a son who was a place kicker for the Bills. He played clarinet for Michael Bublé during a concert in 2009, or he holds the Virginia Tech record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single season.
Two is out. One ain't a lie.
I got to recuse myself.
The first is definitely true.
Virginia Tech one's true.
First one's wrong.
clarinet.
No,
Number two is definitely
He
true.
definitely as a kid, there was a kicker.
I think
It's the clarinet.
Have you seen the Kangos? I think three's the lie.
You think the Virginia Tech thing is the lie?
Yeah, I think three's the lie.
It ain't Virginia
If
Tech.
he doesn't play the clarinet,
That's
he's
what I'm
missing
saying.
out on a huge.
I don't remember number one, so that's a lie.
Agreed.
Good. You would make an excellent juror, Will.
Clarinet.
The lie was the clarinet. He is, in fact, the leading single-season quarterback rusher in terms of touchdowns for Virginia Tech.
Shout out to
which
Vicks.
makes no sense whatsoever. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care. Single-season quarterback.
I have some questions.
Okay? It's very
Bruce
confusing.
Arians is a better quarterback than Michael Vick.
Yes.
Excuse me.
He's just a better running quarterback. It's very different.
Not any better. Not any better. Back out of me. What? Square up. My quarterback.
What are you guys talking about? You're talking about Steelers quarterback Michael
I mean, you're talking about Philadelphia's very own Michael Vick. So.
No, I'm talking about Atlanta's own Michael Vick.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Are we
Michael
talking
Vick.
about Michael Vick or Mike Vick?
Talking
Mike
about
Vick.
Marcus Vick.
No, that's my favorite Vick.
Please don't let him find me. I'm very scared of him. Please, social, save
Yeah,
us.
we're gonna just take
Check
this
this out.
over for a second.
We have an actual tweet that happened during the draft. This is Myles Garrett tweeting a picture of himself as a little child. Here's the thing, though. It says number one. It looks like he's wearing a Raiders shirt.
Oh
Zoom.
yeah,
Enhance.
he is.
Enhance.
R.I.P.
Definitely an 8 or
And some of the responses are really sad. They're like,
That says Raiders.
Go down a little more.
Also, is he wearing a diaper?
Also, he needs a lineup.
we got a pick.
Oh!
Jonathan Allen.
Going to Washington.
You know, it is
Washington.
unsettling, downright unsettling to see Daniel Snyder's franchise make a decision that good.
Well, did he make that decision, or was that decision forced upon
or
him?
any of his underlings to
When
make a
you
decision
when
like
you
that.
have somebody that good who's still available, and you have that much need on the defense, and somebody who's obviously a difference maker, how can you not make that pick?
What we can't forget is that them boys from Washington are still going to be real bad at football this year.
Are they
This
gonna-
doesn't change anything.
Yes, but that's what they'll have in common with your guys. So tell me something else.
I guess that's what we'll have in common with New Orleans.
I think what's great about Jonathan Allen is that he will line up pretty much anywhere where you need him to line up. He can be, a 3-technique nose tackle or defensive tackle, can line up on the end and rush from there. And he would just be a man's man no matter where he is. He will blow plays up. He will throw people very far backward, kind of using gravity and momentum in his favor. And he produced every year he was at Alabama. He got better over time. And he got there 4 years ago as a five-star recruit and just kept being great. And it's good to see Alabama finally get involved in the NFL draft a little bit the last couple of picks this year.
Yeah, big boy with a little leverage on that jiu-jitsu. If you are a Washington fan, are you worried about this nebulous injury history that we don't know about, but teams obviously do?
I mean, you live in the city. You follow DC sports probably a bit more closely than me, but I have kind of a theorem about DC sports that things do tend to go wrong.
Yep.
By the same token, Jonathan Allen is, he comes from Alabama where things tend to go right. So something's got to give.
Jimmy Tom Sewell will coach him up well.
As the professional hater that I am, I would hope everything goes wrong, but I don't want the young man to get injured.
Yeah, nobody should wish that on anybody.
want the young
That's
man to
trash.
get injured.
You want people to lose on their own merit. And
Sure
with
do.
that, losers on their own merit. Ryan, back to you. Why? I needed to make a seg. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I've got Dan Rubenstein here. Dan has many skills here at SB Nation. Amongst them is the ability to talk about nothing as convincingly and long as he can. So, Dan, I want everybody to just shout out a topic that Dan can talk about at length.
Filibusters.
Craig. Power walking.
Tacos.
Power walking. Okay, Dan.
Oh, okay.
I want you to pick out 4 cliches from this hat, and I want you to use them to talk about power walking for as long as you can.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
And I have a mic. All right. You know, when I'm walking, and listen, look at me. I'm long. I'm Mike Glennon-like, and I like to move quickly. Mike Glennon-like was not expected. It's not a violent pastime, so I wouldn't really full-on consider myself a road grader. But, you know, when you hit that pavement, you might as well feel like a road grader. And then, as I look at this one, yeah, absolutely. And it's not a great-looking pastime. You don't look wonderful, but listen, I look like Tarzan, but I play like Jane. I'm fierce, but I'm soft when I'm out there on the street.
100% agree.
And moist. And listen, I get out there and it looks like I've done it forever, but I'm just a one-year wonder. It's a new pastime for me, and I'm just trying to soak it all in, Ryan.
That's great. Thank you, Dan. Ability to say nothing for a long time.
Thanks, Dan.
Run for office.
Back to you, Elena.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see you at a political convention, Dan. You're the best.
Thank you.
Fooch is back. Fooch has on a different shirt. What is even happening now? What?
Well, I happen to be a 49ers fan. There were no 49ers jerseys out there. And so seeing as the 49ers own the Bengals in the Super Bowl, I'm here to troll you, Bengals fans.
We mostly exist as a trolling site. Welcome back, Gina. Tennessee Titans are on the clock, technically. I think they might be walking to a podium somewhere. Okay. We tend to ignore what's happening in the actual draft room itself until the gong sounds. And so with that, many of the people that their team site actually picked as a dream pick per their fan base are off the board. Malik Hooker, we've seen John Ross leave. Music City Miracles are out of picks. Who's left? Who do the Titans need at this point?
At this point, I am not even clear who's left on the board, but I can tell you that the Titans need a cornerback. They got their wide receiver with their earlier pick at the first round, and so now they really need a cornerback. And it's a deep draft for cornerbacks. I know that there are still players available. Just off the top of my head, I've been up here so much, I don't know who those players are.
Haven't had time to check the phone.
No,
That's
I
fine.
have not.
No, I would agree. I mean, cornerback is a big need. The good thing is this is a really deep draft. You can get a cornerback in the second. They're talking like third round, you can find a guy that's going to start. And I know, they signed Logan Ryan to a big deal, but they released Jason McCourty, we were talking about earlier. And so, yeah, I think it makes sense to try and find somebody to pair with Ryan.
Coming into the other pick they had. Sorry. That's a gong. That's a gong. That's happening.
Adoree Johnson. Jackson. Sorry.
I promised that this would happen before we actually turned the cameras off, that when Adoree Jackson came off the board, we would do a little Prince tribute, R.I.P. Truly adore you. I'm sorry. I didn't wear the dress for nothing, okay? It's happening. It's fine. Adoree Jackson, obviously one of the most electric DBs for USC. Watching him during his college tenure was just like crazy magic every time he stepped on the field. Is he gonna be able to perform at that level in the NFL? What's the learning curve there?
The learning curve is always substantial, but I think that he has the athleticism to get up to speed very quickly.
Yeah, when you've got that kind of athleticism that, cliche alert, you can't teach it. Yeah, you can build on that, and a lot of film study, he's gonna have to work with Logan Ryan a lot, but I think, you're in good shape with him.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid pick, and for a team that had need at cornerback, Adoree Jackson, sorry, my bad to his family, is as good as you're gonna get at that point. Did they shore up what they needed at wide receiver earlier in the draft or no?
I think so. I mean, I think Corey Davis was the receiver that I liked the most in this draft. And so I think that they did a really good job there. So, yeah, I think all in all, the Titans have done a nice job with the first round.
I'm getting some confusing information in my ear, but I'm delighted by it nonetheless. Ryan Nanni is here, and he's either gonna do an art club thing or a strip club thing, and Ryan?
It can be both.
Why not both?
Why not both?
Stripping can be art.
Yeah, we're going to play a game called Art Gallery or Strip Club. It's based on the Tampa Bay area, my home.
Gotcha.
And I've selected, these are all real businesses that are either art galleries or strip club in Tampa Bay. I've selected our social desk teammates as the most innocent and least Florida of all of our office members. Yeah, that's true. He looks like he's at a bachelorette party in Florida. So I'm just going to go through these, and you're going to tell me, is this an art gallery or a strip club? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Peaches and Pearls.
Strip club.
Strip club.
Art gallery.
Wow. Wow.
But that's a Florida art gallery.
Deja vu.
Strip club.
Strip club, correct. The Wandering Eye.
Art
gallery.
Art gallery.
It is an art gallery. Yeah, very good.
But
What?
man, that sounds like a strip club.
Is there a trick question where it's like both an art gallery and a strip club?
No, I wish that were true. Although
Okay.
you probably can strip at a lot of these.
Yeah,
And one could argue strip clubs are art galleries.
Charlotte's. That's a real name of
What?
Charlotte's.
Strip club.
Oh, probably a strip club.
Absolutely. Red Door number 5.
Oh.
Wow, that's tough.
I'm gonna say art
gallery.
It is an art gallery.
Yeah,
It is
not 'cause
today.
I feel confident in that.
Silver Meteor.
Oh, strip club for sure.
Art gallery.
Ooh.
Art gallery.
Wow.
All
That's
right,
got to be
last-
some
last
trash
one.
art, though.
Dysfunctional Grace.
That's just a bad name for whatever it is.
Art gallery.
gallery.
Art gallery. It's
Okay,
right.
that would be a
Good job.
really
Good job,
weird
guys.
place, honey.
Now
Thank you.
it's strip
Can-
club.
No Mons Venus?
Can we buy stuff from them?
What?
No, from the art gallery.
Okay, that was confusing. Elena, I assume you knew all of those perfectly, right?
Absolutely not. I only know New Orleans strip clubs. Duh.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's within the division. I don't know.
Valid point. To Richard's question, though, Mons Venus, a little too famous for this game, I think.
Fair.
Gotcha. Thank you for that game. It couldn't be more appropriate now that we have Tampa Bay on the clock for the Bucks. They got their young big boy under center. Jameis is there. He's thrown for over 8,000 yards, 50 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. And they finally got him help. So there's a Deshaun Jackson there. What do they need? What are they looking for in the draft?
I mean, Doug Martin's entering the last year of his contract. It seems a little too on the nose for Dalvin Cook from Florida State, especially given there's a lot swirling around about him. But they've shown a lot of interest in him. So I think unless they think that he's going to slip really far, I think the obvious pick is Cook.
Yeah, he's a dream pick for our team sites. He's somebody that they obviously, are lusting after. That's going to be a lot of Tomahawk Nation in the stands there, but that's fine. Buda Baker's still on the board though. Gina, how do you make that decision?
He would also be a fit, but I do think that running back's a bigger need because also Doug Martin's facing a suspension. And so I think that they may be kind of forced to prioritize that position because of his looming suspension. If there's one thing that you and I can agree on, though, it's that we don't want the Bucs to flourish. So
we got some NFC South stuff going on here.
So if they make the wrong decision here, I'm not going to be terribly upset about it.
Right, exactly. It's like I'm not gonna cry in a pillow, but for a trash division, it's been fairly trash. We've had a decent run on Super Bowl participants, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of a shout out, not too much because I can't let you live. But for Tampa Bay, they're a team that has expressed a need for a quote unquote, toss out the cliche machine, high impact player on defense. And there's somebody that they've actually been out there looking and saying that they need a safety. Gong.
The pick is in. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select O.J. Howard.
That is an impact player on offense.
Yes, that's a nice target for Jameis. That's a good pick. I'm very disappointed in them.
Yeah, I said that I wasn't gonna cry about Bill if they made a bad pick, and now I'm just mad. Mad online.
Mad online and
Angry Southerners.
O.J. Howard, subject of one of our video profiles, Origins. You can look for that on YouTube, SB Nation's YouTube channel. Also hit the subscribe button when you watch it because it's beautiful and you want to see beautiful stuff. O.J. Howard, what is he going to bring to the table for Tampa Bay?
I mean, I've heard people comparing him to Rob Gronkowski. Now, that's obviously a big comparison, but he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything and is going to just be a huge offensive threat. And again, they added Deshaun Jackson. They're clearly wanting to upgrade their playmakers, and they've got one.
Yeah, I mentioned O.J. Howard's origins, and I think, you know, it's worth looking at. It's pretty nice, pretty cool.
OJ was always a peculiar child when he was little. He wasn't like really bad, but he was always into something.
Not really too much trouble, but like just enough trouble like they would tell you like just relax a little bit. I would go to the restaurant super early with my grandma, like around 5 or 6. I would eat with my grandma at like 6:30, then go to school at like 7:30, an hour later, eat again, and like so I kept running up my tab.
His grandmother got a call from the school, and he said, well, got a bill at the school for breakfast.
My mom was like, there's no way he's over the tab. You know, he eats before he gets to school. I was eating twice.
So she called OJ from the back room, the cafe, said, come here. So he already knew, so he come out with his head. I said, this the kid? Yeah, that's him. So he was eating 2 breakfasts in the morning. He stayed in something all the time.
Auburn won that 2010 game. Me and my buddies got in the truck, go get the T-shirts that they give out for the national championship game. So we get the T-shirts. We're in like the long line. It's like a long line. We're in the back. Somebody said, hey, there's Cam Newton. He's in the back.
Okay, they just played it, what it was at California. So, but he went along with it. He signed autographs.
I'm like, yeah, I'm right here, you know, I'm going along with it. People are like, hey, let's get pictures. Like, it went so far, like, people want to take pictures and stuff. Like, you know, then eventually, like, we're like, nah, I'm really not him. I can't be him. He's at the game, you know what I mean? So, but it was fun for a while. People really thought I was Cam because, like, you know, the word had spread that he was outside. People coming out like, where is he? Where is he? But it was just cool, man. Wow, you know, just to have fun.
I could listen to O.J. Howard talk all day, literally. He's got the best accent. I love it a ton. Again, YouTube, SB Nation's channel, subscribe, watch that bad boy. It's pretty good. On the clock, Denver Broncos, pick number 20. Now, we're coming out of what was Gary Kubiak's last season at head coach. Salute, he's out of here. I'm gonna read the record off the sheet of paper because I don't want Denver Broncos fans mad at me, but franchise record streak of 5 consecutive playoff appearances and 5 consecutive AFC West division titles snapped last year. What do they need? What are you hoping for coming in at the 20 spot?
Well, if they're stuck with, or content to be stuck with Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch, they need to probably get somebody that can block for them because that was a huge problem. So, and for the first draft ever, no offensive lineman has been picked in the top 15 picks.
Wow.
So
That hurts
still
my
some
heart.
OL available.
That hurts my heart. That was my position as a player in high school. It's the most important position on the field. I don't care about your quarterback. I really don't.
That's very on brand for SB Nation. You are an offensive lineman. We got, you know, Jeff Schwartz.
Yeah, where's Jeff?
Jeff
Jeff's in the
Schwartz, a
back.
lineman. We love linemen. Shout out to our 2 Heisman Award winners from the past 2 seasons. That was a position that they, you know, Bleacher Report's Matt Sullivan was definitely saying he talked to the Broncos coaching staff. They expected to be able to get an offensive tackle at 20. Who's best available at this point?
I mean, Ryan Ramchik's gotten a lot of attention. I think, he's an option. I think Forrest Lamp looks really good. Stephen White had a really good breakdown on Lamp that we posted today. And he blocked the heck out of those Alabama pass rushers in the one game. It was just the rest of his team was kind of garbage.
Yeah.
So, and Garrett Bowles is another one to watch, the kid out of Utah. So
Bowles is really interesting as a guy who played, I believe, 1 year of FBS football and like 3 years of football, or at least offensive football in general. But like Ryan said, like, you need somebody to protect whoever it is you're going to put back there at quarterback, and John Elway knows that.
John Elway, smart dude, another smart dude, another John, as a matter of fact, John Boy, John Bois. Depends on if you're a Francophile. I don't know. John, what you got for us hypothetically?
Thank you. I've actually got a topic of discussion I want to talk to you about. Leonard Fournette, who...
We'll come back to you, John.
We'll come right
We'll
back.
come back to you.
We'll come right back. I promise. I promise.
However, the Denver Broncos have selected Garrett Bowles.
Ooh, there you go. Look at
that.
That's your boy.
Look at that.
Almost like I have this thing in my pocket that's a computer that a lot of people in real time
Oh my God.
will say what's happening in the draft before it happens.
Is
on
it
TV.
magic?
Maybe.
Tell me more about the future.
Maybe. I'm tipping picks.
Garrett Tremaine, you just gave us the rundown on him and his career at Utah. So if you're cool with it and you don't have any bars to drop about this pick, I'm going to throw it back to John because this was about to be good.
Yeah.
Why talk about things that are real when you can live in the realm of the imaginary? It's the only place.
That's where I'm existing right now.
It's the only place any of us can be happy at all. So I have a hypothetical situation for you, and I think it's a fun one. It's about Leonard Fournette, my favorite running back of this year's draft. Suppose you're coaching a team of 8-year-olds, right? And you're facing a one-man team of nobody but Leonard Fournette. He's like backyard football style. He snaps the ball to himself and just runs. Now, you have 8-year-olds. You have a team of 8-year-olds you're coaching against him. First question, how many 8-year-olds do you need on the field at the same time to stop Leonard Fournette?
Okay, so 8-year-olds are about how tall? Like maybe like, are they like?
About 4'4", 4'6".
My height.
Okay. So I'm thinking like one on each leg. Maybe two?
Already going badly. One on each leg. I think it takes at least like 18 to 24 8-year-olds to take down Leonard
You're
Fournette.
essentially saying how many 8-year-olds do you need to tackle a Fiat? And the answer is none. You can't do this.
When I say 18 to 24, I'm saying beefy 8-year-olds.
Okay.
Beef.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm seeing the scene from Empire Strikes Back in this, where the snow speeders and the AT-AT walkers and all that.
Yes.
I mean, obviously,
What's
I
your
wanna
magic
answer
number?
My own question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 68.
68?
Yeah, it's a lot. It is so many. Because they don't have any force to them.
Sorry, but we have a pick. Gerard Davis.
The Detroit Lions have
The
selected.
Detroit Lions have selected
Gerard Davis.
Oh, look, it's another.
Use your
Louis,
microphone.
Louis, I need you talking to the mic. I know you're jazzed. We got another Francophile. It is Louis Bien.
Bonjour.
Why are you jazzed? Tell me why you're doing that magical little dance.
I was just reading about Gerard Davis today on his NFL.com player profile. You know.
I don't know that website.
It's okay sometimes. He had one of the best I think scout descriptions ever. He said, and this was a strength, mind you. His description said, "Can be rude in company." What does that mean? I don't know.
It means that
Am I
we're
excited?
simpatico. Simpatico. Catch me on the wrong day. I am also rude in company, but how is he on the field, though?
He's good. I mean, he's exactly what I think the Lions needed, which is someone who's very versatile. He can blitz. He can thump. He's 235 pounds-ish, so he's decently sized. He's not overly large, but he can do a lot of different things. He's a lot like DeAndre Levy, who just left the team recently. So I'm really excited for the role that he's going to fill for that defense. They had a bright, giant, Times Square size sign in the front seven saying we need defenders at every single position, and he can do a lot of different things. So for them, I think he's an A+ pick.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing I can say that Louis hasn't already said.
Well, thanks for that strong
Yeah.
opinion. I'm so
That's
glad
my
we
hot
have you
take.
today,
That is my
NFL
hot
editor. What? Thanks for your expertise.
I've been a little distracted. I've been those crash ball things. Every editor, as an editor, you want to just go in there and smash the hell out of your writers, just to get it out.
Yeah, you have on a Jets jersey. I should have known better than to ask you your opinion. Social desk, what's happening?
Why we thought you'd never ask.
We were looking closely at this 49ers tweet, which appears innocuous. It announced their trade with the Bears, and then they picked Solomon Thomas with the 3rd overall pick. But then you scroll down to the picture, and look who Solomon Thomas is sacking. Friends, that's Mitchell Trubisky, the guy who was drafted right before him.
Shots fired.
Susanna.
I like it.
I think that's really, really good tweeting.
I think it's clever. I think it's nuanced. I think it's surprising.
You're reviewing this tweet like it's a fine wine.
It is a fine wine.
Tweets are
The 49ers have to be good at something.
tweets are wine. You're drunk when you do them. Sorry.
You don't get drunk?
I never tweet. I never tweet.
Charlotte may have done a little bit of wine before the show.
No, she didn't.
How many wines?
How many wines did you do?
I didn't do a single wine.
See, I actually don't think this is good shade because
Why don't you think it's good?
given
shade?
the state of the two teams right now, if the Niners manage to sack Mitch Trubisky in a game, that only hurts the Niners draft position and helps the Bears. So
I'm not smart enough to
sounds
We're
understand.
not
like
looking at like a
football.
future play, like
That
an
was a lot of-
immediate playoff matchup here or anything.
We're just
So-
the
All right.
social desk.
All right, whatever.
I know.
Elena, back to you.
Elena, take it away.
Let's do wine.
Please, God, let us do one. So just mainline it. Like her favorite wines, Charlotte's favorite tweets also come in boxes. That is fine. At 22, Miami Dolphins are on the clock, and we are back with David Fuge. And despite this not being anyone's mother's basement, Alex Kirshner is here, and he's like actively blogging and making internet currently right now. Wish you could see what I could see, because that's our internet, and it is happening like magic in front of my eyes.
It's uncomfortable to be around other people.
The brightness.
I'm not handling this very well.
Oh, despite that, you have not melted to dust, even though you're standing next to a girl. So that is a thing.
Well,
We can send you back into the knocker ballroom.
that's later.
Not yet. We're not time to throw. It's
Explanation
not
after
time.
hours.
It's not time to throw that quite yet. Still on the board. We got a taco. We got a lamp. We got a Jabril Peppers.
We do have a Jabril Peppers.
Ooh, do we need to talk about the Jabril Pepper situation?
Well, I have an interesting kind of love-hate relationship with Jabril Peppers. I thought it was a travesty that he got Heisman votes last year, enough to be a finalist. I thought it was kind of a novelty vote by media members who thought it would be cool to see another Charles Woodson. He wasn't that great at Michigan.
Ooh, impressive hate there, but I'm here for
I'm
it.
still really hoping that every NFL team agrees and doesn't like him, because I want him to be there for the Steelers.
Oh, that was selfish as hell, but like with a point, which is oddly very Southern of you. So that's cool. Fooch, what you got there?
I would go with Forrest Lamp.
Yeah.
I think, Ryan Tannehill.
I like Lamp. I love Lamp.
I love Lamp.
That's fine.
I don't know. I mean, Ryan Tannehill is still a big question mark in spite of the fact that he's getting paid a lot of money. But, they need to find somebody to help keep him on his feet. And Lamp is probably, one of the best, if not the best guards in this draft. So, just go, keep it simple. Don't overthink this.
Yeah, he was definitely a target named by the Fansider. They were hoping that he'd be available here, and he is. Ryan, hi.
Forrest Lamp definitely has the best name if you're looking for somebody who sounds like a disappointing Zelda item. So I think that's a real plus. But it's knockerball time. More importantly, it's time to choose your room.
Yes. Your room. We have the younger Alex Rubenstein on the right. That's going to be the thumbs up. Dan Rubenstein's on my left. That's going to be the heart. One of them is going to get the opportunity.
65-year-old man versus the mind.
One of them is going to get to hit that beautiful long-haired pony who was sitting there before, Will Bukema, who's waiting for us in the knocker ball. So remember, it's a heart for Dan. It's a thumbs up for Alex. Please vote on Facebook. Ooh, interesting. For the first time,
It's pretty even.
we got a lot of
because
hearts
it's
rolling
Rube
in.
versus Rube.
Rube is Rube.
It's looking
Yeah.
like we're getting more heart
Yeah, we
than
are.
thumbs up.
Yep,
You
we're
can call
going
it.
hearts. Daniel,
Head
light
on
him
in.
up. Light him up.
Go get him, Daddy.
He's definitely gonna hurt himself.
Oh, man.
Trip and fall.
Hey, buddy.
Wow.
This is. Tell me what it felt like.
Oh my God,
This is
Charlotte!
just-
Pontiac Silverdome. Let me tell you something.
What's our workers' comp policy?
Dan. Was that the best hit of your life?
Oh.
What?
He's down. He's out. And let me tell you something, America.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when the room comes for you?
We got a
This
Facebook
has
comment.
been a really long night. Everyone's doing super well.
I'm so excited for Dan to come to work tomorrow and be like,
It's gonna.
When I was running back, I thought about the ice pack that I'm gonna need. That's not
We
a
have
joke.
a very accurate two-word Facebook comment that just says, sun bounced. Sun indeed bounced.
Sun bounced.
Dragged off.
Elena,
Yeah, Will is deceased.
we're gonna toss it back to you.
Now I know how Soldier Boy felt in that one meme. I think it's time to pivot back to Dolphins because I can't revisit that. Our workers' comp policy doesn't really cover what happens in that room, so you're on your own with that icy hot.
What happens in Knocker Ballroom stays in Knocker Ballroom.
Precisely. The Miami Dolphins clinched their first winning record since 2008 last year, 10-6. Tannehill notwithstanding. Oh my God, look at my coworker, he's dead. We're just gonna ignore it. CTE's not real.
This message brought to you by the National Football League.
They're back. I want to talk to you guys, though, about the Dolphins and what they've been able to do over the past season and the drama surrounding the LaShawn McCoy, Kiko Alonso merry-go-round that they have. Come on, your merry-go-round. What you got?
The Miami Dolphins have selected Charles Harris.
Oh, I like it. You get edge rusher help. There were some people that had him ahead of Derek Barnett as the draft approached.
Yeah.
I don't know. Missouri product, he can do a lot of good things on the edge, bring some pass rush, which they need.
Yeah. Are you surprised that they didn't go for some backup help for Lawrence Timmons?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised.
I'm surprised that they decided Lawrence Timmons was a starting inside linebacker worth that much money at this point in his career. But I wish him well. Love the guy.
Not like it is.
He's bad and overrated and paid too much, but I wish him the best.
I love you, man. I love you.
It's the dream.
Well, thank the both of you, and thank you fans at home for bearing with me and my wonderful pleated gold dress. It's a replica of my prom dress.
You know, I've gotten texts about that. They're saying the host dress is great.
Yeah, I bring the glam. I'm also not wearing a checkered shirt, so that's where you guys lucked out. And speaking of checkered shirts, I'm going to welcome back my colleague and my friend, Dan Rubenstein. Dan.
Yeah, that's right. He's physically imposing,
Woo!
they all said.
Dan gets the Carson Daly slot.
I'll take it because welcome to the most sensual hour of the NFL draft. SB Nation After Dark.
Oh, wow, with these three?
With these three.
What's up, nerds?
Sexy Boy Nation.
All right, here we go. We've got Will Bukema in a Cowboys jersey, producer. We've got Adam Sigliano. I was surprised you weren't going to wear one of those G-Men construction hats. I really wanted to see that. Listen, Giants are on the clock. Let's just go with emotions. We've got anti-emotions here with you, Will. We've got pro-emotions with you here, Adam. Let's start with you. Where do you hope they go?
Well, I want an O.J. Howard.
Yeah.
So right
it's
now,
not happening.
I'm lost right now. I don't know where to go, what to think.
They can still try.
Maybe running back?
Sure.
Maybe Cook? I don't really know right now.
What happens if they just put O.J. Howard's name on their card?
And they just submit it to the commissioner?
Yeah, has anyone done that?
So the commissioner would look at the card and be like, yeah, we're gonna need another name. We're gonna need something else. No, there's a number of names that make sense here. Obviously, Cam Robinson's still on the board. The enormous tackle from Alabama, who our very own Stephen White loves, and he's mammoth figure. People thought he could be an NFL player as a freshman.
Do you think there's any chance they go for the Miami tight end?
Njoku, he's an athletic freak that gives them a lot, and Eli Manning, certainly people are talking about the Giants with, who's the next quarterback? Eli's 36, Geno Smith.
Watch your mouth.
Geno.
Watch your mouth. Do you think it's time to start looking at Eli's successor this early in the draft?
No, I don't think so. I like Eli. I mean, I wish we can take 2 picks right now and get 2 offensive linemen. I mean, that'd be great for him.
But not for nothing. I mean, Eli's got another 5 Super Bowls in him.
At least 2. At least 2.
So that was supposed to be you.
I know.
So, okay, just making
I got
sure.
2 people mocking me right now, but it's all right.
And on the defensive line, there's not really, Jonathan Allen was the big name who had fallen, but he's off the board. There's not really a huge name. I mean, Malik McDowell possibly, but they're still pretty athletic on the defensive line outside. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the Giants go offensive line here, just to set things up, because the running game isn't particularly great right now for the Giants. We don't know what Paul Perkins can do. So you're saying, if you're looking at the Giants, offensive line is sort of the safe pick.
Yeah, but who's out there? I mean, is there someone at this pick to get? I mean, I think Cook should be the pick right now.
Okay.
But, I think, offensive line, we can probably get later in the draft. I mean, is there someone out there right now?
It's just, if it's not Cam Robinson, I don't think anybody's worth it. There's Ryan Ramczyk from Wisconsin, the big, beefy Midwesterner, but I don't see it. Well, who would you be scared of as a Cowboys fan?
I mean, Dalvin Cook's scary, but with the O-line issues as is, not as scary as he could be.
Okay, so I'm being told that it is a sneak knocker ball time for
We do have a
Seth.
surprise knocker ball.
We have a surprise knocker?
Yes. Redemption for both of these guys
Oh
who
my
just got hit.
goodness.
We need a thumbs up for Adam. We need a heart for Will.
Oh, no.
Please vote on Facebook.
Please vote.
Who are we hitting?
Heart for Will.
Is
Thumb
it a
for Adam.
surprise knock?
Give me that heart.
Just go in there and hit. Don't worry about it.
Well, we need to know.
Is it Vox Media CEO?
We got a
Jim
lot of
Hancock?
likes. They want Adam.
They
The
want
people
it.
have spoken,
The
and
people
they
want
want
Adam.
Adam.
Makes sense.
Just go
Okay,
light him
that
up.
makes
Doesn't matter who it is.
Kill.
Kill. Oh, it's Joe. It's Joe. Kill him. It's Joe.
Oh my God.
Oh, sweet baby Joe.
Here we go. Let's talk through it.
Atlanta.
What are we
now
gonna
this.
see? We want to love Oh my goodness.
On his head.
Oh my gosh. Can we show that on the internet? Is that allowed?
Is Joe okay?
Joe's okay.
He's okay.
Joe
Did he
got
go
back
down?
up.
I didn't see.
He might only speak Portuguese now. I think he knocked the English out of him.
I don't know if Joe was baptized before today,
Adam,
but he is now.
bring him back. Give him a round of applause, people.
Well, what's a real shame about that is Joe hasn't been here long enough to earn his health insurance.
All right. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel fine. How does Joe feel? Hey, Joe.
How does Joe feel?
A lot of pizza.
Joe ate a lot of pizza. He's feeling it a little bit. All right.
The hit was weak, but I mean, I'm good.
All right.
The hit was weak, so why were you on the floor?
All right.
Acting.
For both the purposes of celebrating Joe's violent dismissal and because we have a pick, I'd like the gong sound, please. Give me that sweet gong.
Is it O.J. Howard again?
It is not O.J. Howard again.
The pick is in.
But the pick is in.
The New York Giants have. This is not a microphone. The New York Giants have selected Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. I'm going to tell you.
Sure. Tight end. You got a tight end.
We'll do some education. He is a tight end. He's a more athletic tight end than O.J. Howard. He can sort of block. He's a big receiver. He's a huge mismatch. He went to Ole Miss, and he lit up Alabama a couple times. So he is sort of what's called like a hybrid tight end, where he's sort of half receiver, half tight end. So another weapon for Eli in his twilight years. Do you sort of find yourself, now that you've had this information for 10 seconds as a Cowboys fan, feeling a little more scared of the Giants?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, whenever you give Eli a tall weapon to overthrow, it's always good. Like he can come down. You know that's true. But I mean, granted, like they did screw up because the best tight end is still on the board. We need to get some butts out there.
Butt stuff. Jake Butt still on the board.
TM.
All right. So there you go. Evan Ingram, big hybrid tight end.
I think it's a good pick.
It's a pretty decent pick. We now go to Ryan Nanny, who is, let's go activities. What do we got? What do we have? What are we doing?
I feel like we should do a QB challenge.
Oh, I feel like we should definitely do a QB challenge.
And I feel like Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Do a QB challenge.
Sports.
Yeah, that's just a shirt. That's not how that works, but thanks. So come on over here. Pick a quarterback style out of the hat if you would.
Behind the back.
Behind the back.
So, okay.
So there are a few ways you can do this. That's one. You
this
can
is gonna go
over
well.
the shoulder if you want.
Okay.
I need you to back up, like put your feet right up to the carpet there.
Okay. So I just stand like this?
Yeah.
Can I stand like this?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I promise I won't stop you.
Okay. Ready?
So Seth is gonna start the clock in theory.
I got it. Ready, set, go.
Not bad, not bad. Oh! So close, so close. You can do this.
I was a quarterback in a former life.
That does not matter. No, all right,
No.
you're getting.
Okay. No, I wasn't lucky. Watch me do it again. One more time.
Come on, you can do this.
Go, Chaz.
Oh, come on. You've got more chances. Just get one.
Okay, well, I'm not
All right,
trying.
I'll tell you. Hold on. If you can't get one, next Monday you can only eat Airheads at work.
By the way, you have.
I hate this.
You have
This
20
is-
seconds.
Make one out of
Charlotte,
Airheads.
hurry! You have 20 seconds.
Sure.
I don't want you to eat Airheads.
Sure.
Oh, come on. Oh my God.
You got two left.
I got two left. Okay.
You got 10 seconds.
Pressure's on.
No!
7 seconds. Keep going. God,
I have one left.
Just eat Airheads at work. You all heard it.
It was
Dan,
an
back to
admirable
you.
effort. Thank you very much. An admirable effort. We've had way too much of the southeastern portion of the United States represented on this stage today. We have a lot of West Coast right now. Los Angeles, the Bay Area. We've got the beautiful state of Washington, and we're going to stay west because Oakland is on the clock, and Oakland in a pretty terrific position, 12-4, but didn't make it deep into the playoffs, obviously because of quarterback injuries, and now they have I'm sorry to see your shirt, Marshawn Lynch.
I am thrilled for the Raiders. My wife is from Oakland, so like I want to see the Oakland Raiders go out on top, and then the Las Vegas Raiders get nothing.
So running back was a need, but Fooch, now
No
as
longer.
you see it, what is the important parts of this building process? A lot of people are talking about sort of inside linebacker as a possibility, maybe corner, maybe more edge rushers to help Khalil Mack. How do you see the Raiders going?
I don't see how they pass on Reuben Foster right now. He slipped
Yeah.
this far. There are a lot of question marks. There's the injury, there's the combine medical person, there's the failed drug test, but I think you got to take him. I think he's the best linebacker.
Like, when you look at his combine, that was very on brand for the Raiders.
Yes.
Like he's going to fit right in.
Oh, wait, hold on. The Las Vegas Thunder. The Las Vegas Thunder is who he would be playing for if he ends up in Oakland. But yes, Oakland with not a ton of needs. They have the sort of magic bullet of finding a quarterback a little bit later in the draft who is young and impressive and will be for years to come.
Great offensive line.
They've got perhaps the second best offensive line in the league behind Dallas. They're in a great position, so if they can fortify the defense and give Derek Carr some shorter fields, Reuben Foster feels like a no-brainer.
You're going to have to go in the first round if you want to replace the loss of Malcolm Smith.
Yes.
Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl
Malcolm
MVP,
Smith.
sir.
And a new 49er.
Yeah,
But I think they're going to come away with a running back in this draft just because, Marshawn Lynch is...
He's not a future building block.
He's not a future. He's not a Las Vegas building block.
Right.
He is
Absolutely.
a Coliseum tearing it down.
Marshawn Lynch will never go to Las Vegas ever.
He will not ever be in Vegas.
No.
How long do you see him play? A year? I think
I think a year. I think he's going to play in Oakland, and if they stay in Oakland another year, maybe he'll stay in Oakland another year. I think as long as the Raiders are in Oakland, Marshawn Lynch will be there. He's their Oaktown avatar.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're in a particularly good position. The AFC West is challenging, but it doesn't seem impossible right now. We don't know Denver's quarterback situation.
No.
Kansas City seems in flux offensively a bit, and they sort of have a ceiling that we've seen year in and year out. And San Diego is not in that city anymore. So LA and the Chargers are not in a great position either coming off of last season. So Oakland is sitting pretty.
If Derek Carr can stay healthy, it's their division to win.
Yes, absolutely. Matt, when you look at Oakland, are they built for the future? Are they you look at the defense with young guys like Khalil Mack, and offensively out wide, they've got receivers aplenty.
Yeah, I think so. We saw them jump to 12-4 last year. That was the 4th or 5th year of a rebuilding process, and they started with nothing.
Yes.
And they drafted well, players developed and were coached well. Like, this is like how a rebuild is supposed to work. It takes a couple years, but then if you do the contracts smartly and re-sign only the players that you need the most, they're in good shape.
Here we go. Raiders pick. Woo. Seth, first of all, I haven't said it yet, but your headwear is extraordinary, and we should all celebrate it immensely.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to tell you that the Raiders drafted Garyon Conley.
Ooh, interesting. Garyon Conley, a corner. They're fortifying the defensive backfield. So he came sort of under fire. Everything is still sort of allegations at this moment, the Ohio State corner. So they get better against a number of talented receivers in the AFC West. And again, I love the defensive pick. They didn't panic and try to go receiver or go running back for the future. I like that they're just building depth on the defensive side.
Yeah,
of
we
the ball.
spent a lot of time talking about linebacker, but cornerback is also a position of need for them. I think it's a perfectly fine pick. Depending on what comes from the police investigation, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There was talk that he was going to potentially go in the 3rd round. Some people were saying he may not get drafted because it's similar, in terms of mystery as far as compared to La'el Collins a couple years ago, where you don't have answers.
You get the sense that Oakland has done their due diligence, at least at this point. They're confident. They've attempted to do their due diligence in drafting a player who does have some questions swirling around at the moment this high in the 1st round. But I love the pick. I think it's a really solid pick for Oakland.
Football-wise, for sure.
All right. So with that, the beautiful headwear Seth, the always informal...
No, finish the thought.
Please, Dan.
The adequate Charlotte Wilder.
Always casual Charlotte Wilder. What do you got for us?
This is just a lovely run of tweets. This is from our Washington blog, Hogs Haven, and this is right before they were on the clock at 17. And here's Hogs Haven tweeting, Jonathan Allen is available at 17. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, best player in the draft. And then they're up at 17. And they said, they won't be pissed if we take a good player, but if you don't take Jonathan Allen, they'll be a little bit pissed. And then... There's Jonathan Bateman!
That just encapsulates.
That's pretty nice. That's like the opposite of what Susanna went through while she was sitting over there.
Right, sorry, Suze.
Right.
But it's also just like, it's what the draft can do to you, where you care so much and you get your hopes up. And then sometimes It doesn't. It's not.
I'm not a
terrible.
football fan, but I'm a Knicks fan, so I've basically never had a draft night that went like this.
So Seth,
nice to see.
Seth is living vicariously
Yeah.
through football. Anyway.
All right, back to you guys.
Oh, thank you very
Hey,
much.
Dan.
Cleveland's on the clock. Shocker. They've traded down to this point, and Houston has traded up and grabbed Deshaun Watson earlier on in the draft. So at 25, Cleveland has a number of options. Quarterback still seems pressing.
They can take Trubisky if they want. The Bears can
Wow,
him back.
you're done. You're over him.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm all in on Cleveland
Hell yeah.
now.
Go Packers.
Ignore this. Ignore this. I'm all in on the Browns.
All in on the Browns.
Woo!
Should mention
Here you
Susanna
go.
Collins, Gina Thomas. Gina, where do you see, if Cleveland doesn't feel great about the remaining quarterbacks at this moment, so that's Deshaun Kaiser and Davis Webb, most notably, where do you see the issues with Cleveland that are most pressing at the moment?
The thing about Cleveland, Dan, is that they are a very bad football team.
Yes, it is.
And so they
This is a TED Talk that I'm very happy to have attended.
they really could go in any direction. I mean, they really could go in any direction to make this team better.
So literally just pick the best available player.
That's what I would do. And I think Cleveland's been smart stockpiling these picks. They have so many to work with. Just get talent. Get talent on your team so that you can win more than one game next year.
Couldn't
That's
agree
all I
more.
wanna see.
We're going to go with the same strategy as the pizza draft continues. Just amass talent, amass attractive additions. Seth, Charlotte, pizza time.
Ooh.
It's time for the pizza draft.
I love pizza.
Facebook, please start getting in your picks for the topping because you're going to be on the clock very soon.
A lot of vegetables, a lot
Remember-
of quality vegetables available.
Facebook, right now we have shrimp.
Snake style. Dan had the last pick of the first round. He gets the first pick of the second round. You have meatballs. Somebody wrote here special instructions up the moistness.
Up the moistness. Thank
Hate
you.
this person.
Saucy.
No, I appreciate that.
Saucy.
I want to of what's left on the board. I'm really intrigued by eggplant. Space. Maybe that was an error.
Two words.
Maybe that is a very strange.
We were
topic
thinking-
that I am
No,
not interested
it's a hard-boiled egg and then also a cactus.
in. Okay, good. Of the remaining
Mushrooms.
picks, what do you want to go for?
I vacillated between a number of these veggies. I'm gonna have to grab the onion. I want onion. I
onion.
want onion in my life.
Okay,
Throw
onion.
it with my balls.
Goes well with the balls.
Absolutely.
Just fresh raw onion.
Matt Bufford next up with pepperoni and
Oof, that's it. I'll tell you what, Dan just took my pick. I was honing in on that good onion. Man, this is a tough one. I would be really nice if they had some green pepper on the board. I guess they're
Nope.
not this pizzeria.
no.
Jalapeno. There's some jalapeno.
This mythical pizzeria that is now closed and we won't even taste these pizzas. God, it's a tough one. I am gonna go with, I already hate myself. You think jalapeno will?
Pepperoni and
I don't
jalapeno.
love mushrooms. Mushrooms I think would be the right
Pick
flavor
it.
profile.
I think you should
Hey,
go
I'm
for it.
talking it out. I've got 10 minutes to make the pick.
That's not true at all. Not even slightly true.
I am gonna go artichoke.
Wow. Okay. Real wild card pick
Yeah.
there.
That sounds really good.
Facebook has the next pick. If we
Yeah.
Facebook has the next pick,
It's
and I
going-
think the plurality of votes goes to jalapenos with their shrimp.
Okay, all right.
Shrimp and jalapeno. I like it.
Shrimp jalapeno. This is pretty good. I like the flavor profile we've got over here.
I'm into it.
Elena, your
Not
second
kosher.
pick is
This is how I know that you fools know nothing about flavor combinations.
Oh,
Wow.
shots
wow.
fired.
With your basic palates. I went there. I did. Because if you knew like I knew, once you go savory, your next option, you need a little something to break up.
Oh my God, is
You
she
need
gonna do
something
it?
with a little brightness.
Is
a little
she gonna do
tartness.
it?
I'm gonna go capers.
Wow.
You know what's up. Yes. That's Chicago pizza.
You consider capers bright?
all right. So to review,
Yeah, acidity.
so to review, Elena's pizza now sounds like a softcore porn sausage cake. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you.
Porn who done it.
Very much, Ryan. All right, so we're talking Cleveland. We're talking best available player. Defensively, still a lot of needs. They're getting older in the defensive backfield. Still got like Tre'Davious White from LSU could be a big addition for them as Joe Hayden has sort of gone downhill a little bit. Up front defensively, still a number of questions. Even with, I mean, they invested in defense the past couple of years and they've gotten some positive returns. Is there a specific defensive direction you'd like to see them go?
I think that they probably should focus on the secondary. I think that Pro Football Focus ranked their secondary 29th in the league last year.
Woof.
They were quite bad. And so I do think that that's probably probably where they should focus their efforts now. And the Tre'Davious White pick that would be really intriguing. I think that would be an interesting fit there.
Absolutely. Susanna, do you buy into the sort of strategy that Cleveland is employing, sort of trading down to amass picks and just get as much, hopefully, talented youth, it's cheap youth as possible?
Sure. Well, we've seen it work in the past. I mean, I watch your shows and how there's so much quality down there. So yeah, I think, obviously with the number 1 pick, they made the obvious and smart move, and now they're being, they're being smart about it. I absolutely.
At a certain point, though,
subscribe.
do you think always going to next year? Oh, we have the pick. We do have the pick.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Okay. Sort of a mixed metaphor.
Again, Charlotte did not do wine.
The Browns have selected Jabril Peppers, which could also be an item in our pizza draft.
Yeah. He is, I guess, pizza adjacent with his name. Jabril Peppers is in this draft as a safety, although he played a number of positions, as you can see, playing outside linebacker for the Wolverines last year. He's a versatile weapon who also peed very clear at the combine. He had a diluted sample, and listen.
He stays hydrated.
He stays hydrated, like Ryan is so emphatically pointing out.
H2O.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, that kind of thing. That test, if he smoked pot, whatever he did, it's fine with me. I'm good with it.
Cool. Dan's woke. Dan's woke.
Cool dad. We're having a pizza draft.
He's in the house.
So sweet, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pot stuff.
If you're
Thank
gonna
you,
have
Joe.
a jazz cigarette, do it at home.
Oh God.
I agree with that as well. But no, Jabril Peppers, the problem with Jabril Peppers is we didn't see him focus last year. And it's cool that you're versatile in college, but you can't really do it in the pros. So I like the pick. He's versatile, but he's now focused. So, Susanna, any thoughts on Jabril Peppers as a sort of weapon? He could return kicks for Cleveland. Any thoughts?
I'm a Cleveland Browns expert now.
You're a fan.
I'm a lifelong fan as of tonight. So I love this pick.
All
I
right.
love it. I'm
Fair
into
enough.
it. I'm here for it.
Ryan, do you like this pick? Do you like the guys that pee clear?
See, you did that thing where you asked 2 questions.
Oh, sorry. Question 1.
Nope, just gonna move past both of them.
Okay.
We have Spencer Hall here.
Yes, we do.
I'm not gonna ask Spencer an NFL question because that would just be ridiculous. But I do want to know, of the players who are still available, who was the one that you enjoyed? What? You enjoyed watching Dalvin Cook the most in college?
Yeah, no, Dalvin Cook. That's ridiculous. They haven't. Because Dalvin Cook's really fast. It's very simple. He's a football player. It's very entertaining if they go very fast in a straight line and embarrass people behind them. And he did that a lot. He did that to my team, injured. He only did it with like 1.5 hamstrings. Yeah, our team. Multiple Gators in this room who've been embarrassed by Dalvin Cook, and that's fine. That's it. I'm just telling old war stories here.
Vietnam.
Yeah, back to Korea. No, but Dalvin Cook was awesome, and he's still on the board. And look, the Seahawks are on the board, right? And remember, Pete Carroll is smarter than everyone else on the planet, right? And does the obvious thing. And he had a terrible draft process, and guess who's not going to believe the terrible draft process? Pete Carroll. Seahawks are going to take him. You're like, oh, they have Thomas Rawls. Doesn't matter. Pete Carroll likes poker chips, and there's one sitting on the table. He's going to take it. There.
Dan, back to you.
All right, I'm with a couple of Seattle Super Seahawk fans. And yes, Dalvin Cook is on the board. Running back, not necessarily a position of dramatic need at this point because the offensive line doesn't exist in Seattle.
No, not
but
really.
It's weird also to say that there's some needs on defense as well. So we haven't fully been confident, I don't think, in Seattle's ability to take first-round picks in recent years, but...
Well, they keep getting traded away, Dan.
Yes, that is true. So we'll start with you, Matt. Of the guys that are still available on the board, do they go offensive line, somebody like Cam Robinson?
So they have kind of, there's Cam Robinson, there's Forrest Lamp. I love Lamp.
I love Lamp.
There is, and they also have a need at cornerback and safety too. So I think they covet the Connecticut safety, OB.
Yep.
I'm working on it. I'm going to get to it. Kevin King is still available. He's a local guy from the UW. There are a lot of options, and I would not be surprised to see the Seahawks trade back just because there's a lot, like even just 2 or 3 picks.
Yeah, Ryan Ramczyk's still on the board from Wisconsin. Floyd?
It is, the trading back thing is something that they just generally tend to do, so that wouldn't shock me at all. But please, please, please take an offensive lineman. I'm tired of watching Russell Wilson get killed every Sunday.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Would you be happy? Oh, here it is. Here it comes. Down the pipe.
Guys, unfortunately, we need to stop talking about the Seahawks because the Falcons just traded up for this pick.
Hold it!
They sound kind of happy about it.
You won the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Super Bowl
all right.
of the
So we'll
draft.
have some Atlanta people up momentarily, but
Yeah.
Atlanta's
Good,
another
good.
team where it's not an aging quarterback, but it's certainly time to start thinking about it. Defensive line, they have Vic Beasley, they have Grady Jarrett, but it's certainly not a deep defensive line. Is there a specific direction Atlanta could have had a little more of?
I don't care.
Not my problem anymore.
Not their problem.
Not my problem.
Fair enough. So now Atlanta has traded up to this pick. They could also use some help on the interior of their offensive line. Joe's in the crowd right here. Give him the microphone. Joe, who do you want at this point in the draft?
Hey,
Bottom
since we were
third.
talking about Clean P earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reuben Foster, still on the board.
Reuben Foster is on the board.
We need some defensive help. Would not mind Reuben Foster.
Okay.
Also, still got my boy Forrest Lamp on the board.
I love Lamp.
I do love Lamp. So he's still on the board. Offensive line help, defensive help. That's where I'm going with. So Forrest Lamp, Reuben Foster. That's my pick right now. Probably won't happen though.
Two people, you need one.
I need one. Can't pick two people. I'll take Reuben Foster. Mic drop.
Taking Reuben Foster. Linebacker, not an enormous need for Atlanta, but honestly, Atlanta's in a pretty good place. They won the NFC. That's a good way to end that thought.
Yeah.
That's a good,
Let me just throw an idea out there. When you lose a Super Bowl in heartbreaking fashion to the Patriots, you don't always bounce back so high.
Go Hawks.
You can bring it on in for a hug here. We know. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, we feel you.
Do we need a hug? Okay, let's get this out. Let's work this out. Come on. Kill.
Kiss. Kiss. We'll be back.
You know who has never hugged in his life? Bill Belichick. Never.
Not once?
Never.
That's it?
Hugs are for the weak.
Hugs are for the week. Atlanta's still on the clock. You'd like to see them go a specific direction. They obviously feel passionately about somebody at this point.
Taco's still on the board, too.
Taco is still on the board.
I actually would like to see them go a non-specific direction and just submit a card that says safe backer and just like, what did you draft? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
Sorry, Joe. It's Takaris McKinley.
Tack McKinley.
Yeah, but he's not the one you wanted.
No, he's a defensive lineman. Our very own Stephen White had mixed feelings about his abilities. Tack McKinley from UCLA came on strong this year, but certainly, I think, a step or two below the general edge rusher group.
Yeah, I think Noman Claychuroli, he's the closest rusher to Taco Charlton.
Yes. Tack McKinley, Takaris McKinley.
Yeah.
And at UCLA, he certainly developed. They've had a couple of systems under some defensive coaching changes, but he's solid. If they feel like they need to get after the quarterback more, that's what he will be able to do. He's still a bit of a tweener, but they play that same system that you guys are familiar with, the Dan Quinn 4-3, Pete Carroll 4-3, whatever, under cover 3 defense. So is there a guy that is in that like 260-pound mold that you could see him trying to emulate? From Seahawks of yore, or Seahawks currently?
I mean, Michael Bennett's pretty big.
Yeah? He's got
like,
good size.
He's like 260 or so. 265, 270.
I don't think McKinley has the type of versatility to move inside, outside in the way.
I find this to be a very curious. I think that McKinley's good, but I don't know if he's trade up to get him good.
Okay.
It's a little bit curious
It's
to me.
also a little bit weird that Dan Quinn traded with the Seahawks to take this
That's
player,
true.
like in one of those kind of scheme fit things. So.
Fair enough. All right. With that, Ryan Nanny, you've got an activity for us as the Bills appear to now be on the clock.
Microphone. All right, we're gonna do this one. Since we went defense in the draft recently, we're gonna go with the top 5 players in 2016 in the NFL in terms of tackles. I just need y'all to shout these out until we get all 5 of them. I will tell you now, they all play for different teams. No.
Bobby Wagner.
Number 1. That's correct. Good job. One of these is also the name of a country band, or a country band leader. Yes, correct. Yes, thank you.
Harley Daniels.
Okay, not helpful. Yeah. Alex, we're doing top 5 tacklers in the NFL last season.
Let's hear 'em out right
Bobby
now.
Wagner and Zach Brown.
Wait, are we saying? I thought you said from
Let-
the draft last season.
Alex could do this.
All of us.
No,
he was sacked.
Sean Lee will be up there? Sean Lee is number 4. Come on, you can do this. You care about nothing else in the world. Is Zach Brown up there?
I already said
Zach Brown was already named. We have Wagner, Brown, Sean Lee. We need numbers 3 and tied with Sean Lee. for 4th/5th?
Alex. All our hopes rest on you.
This is why the Sonics left. Because you didn't love. Because you didn't believe.
Use your knowledge.
Please, if I give you the teams, can you do it?
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Cleveland would be Christian Kirksey.
Yes, and Tampa Bay.
Tampa would be their Levante David. No.
Warren Sapp.
It's Quan Alexander. You don't actually like sports. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Ryan. And Alex, you were close. You were close. That counts for not all that much. But Buffalo is on the clock now. Takk McKinley off the board to Atlanta. Buffalo with a couple of pretty pressing needs. Wide receiver opposite Sammy Watkins seems to be a big deal right now. We have Zay Jones from East Carolina. Still on the board, Juju Smith-Schuster. Its names are very difficult for me. From USC, a very talented receiver, Cooper Kupp from Eastern Washington, which if you've never been to Eastern Washington, do not go there. It's real weird. It's real strange. Where do you see the Bills going? Bills obviously trade down with Kansas City, who reached up to grab Patrick Mahomes. Is there a pressing need for Buffalo?
I mean, wide receiver would be nice, but I think all those guys are a little too, you can wait on those guys. I would have taken a wide receiver earlier, but obviously they traded down.
Right.
Cornerback, Tre'Davious White is a guy that has kind of snuck up into mock drafts a little bit.
Buffalo a little thinner at corner now.
Yeah, they need some cornerback help. If healthy Sidney Jones would be an interesting pick, but you don't really know. Like his timeline is 4 to 6 months, which is anywhere from August to October.
Sure.
So, if you're willing to wait a little more, wait a little longer, he could be the most talented cornerback in the draft.
Sure, and still a lot of linebackers on the board at this point still. Reuben Foster, Zach Cunningham, Alex Anzalone. Another need for Buffalo as they look to shore up the defense, which is taking a couple steps back. Is there a quarterback at this point for Buffalo as they're sort of still in flux?
I would still kind of look at the quarterbacks and look at them as landmines.
Yeah.
We've kind of went through the first wave, and after that, I'm not too sure about that.
Okay.
So, defense.
Continue the Kelly dynasty. Are you kidding me?
So we have Chad Kelly just waiting.
Sitting there waiting.
Swag Kelly just waiting to get
Can't
picked.
get into the combine, but can get into Buffalo.
Absolutely. So we have Davis Webb, Deshaun Kaiser, who a lot of people Deshaun Kaiser is somebody that has impressed everybody. He's got maybe the best arm in the draft. He can run. In 2015, he was probably a top 5 or 6 quarterback in the nation. Hold on, nothing happened in 2016. Notre Dame fans assure me. But is any of are any of these guys worth taking at this point?
I mean, I think somebody is going to trade into the back end of the first round to take one of them.
Okay.
Maybe both, but probably one of them. I think goes before the end of the night.
Fair enough. Floyd, any linebacker you feel particularly? A lot of college people love Zach Cunningham. Is he a guy, his linebacker position you can wait on as well?
I would still go with Reuben Foster, to be honest. He's so talented. And second everything Joe said. If he's there and you need a linebacker, just please take it. It's so fun to watch.
And Buffalo has been in a good position. Marcel Darius, grab a really good Alabama player and don't ask too many questions.
It's a good theory.
It's not a bad strategy. So the Bills on the board, and we will see what happens. Is there a team that you could see trading up to grab one of those quarterbacks at this point?
I know my 49ers have done a lot of work on Deshaun Kaiser. I am not overly sold on him.
A one-time top 5 mockable guy.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. They've got a lot of picks after that odd trade with the Chicago Bears.
Fair enough.
But I could see them. I mean, they're at 34, second pick of the second round. You can easily climb into the bottom of the first round at this point.
Are there any other teams that you could see sort of planning for the future? Kansas City did that earlier on. Houston has their quarterback of now. We talked about a couple of different teams, Buffalo included, that needs to start thinking pretty quickly about that has talent on the roster. We're not talking about Cleveland, who's in a 2, 3, 4 year rebuilding mode. Is there a team that you see? Is it the Giants trading up to get somebody? An aging quarterback? Is it Arizona with an aging quarterback? The Chargers with an aging quarterback. Do you see any of those guys fitting with any of those teams?
Or the Saints who wouldn't have to trade.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kaiser's a tough one. I don't know, I don't know that he necessarily fits with any of them at this point. I think going to Arizona could be good to get a chance to sit behind Carson Palmer and just learn.
Right.
I think there's some value there. Same with LA and Phillip Rivers. I mean, I think he needs to go somewhere where he can just learn. Although, what was it? I think McGinn had that report from an anonymous scout saying he needs to go to a small town.
Fair enough. Ryan, how's life?
That's a heavy question.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm not prepared to answer that.
Okay.
We're gonna play cliche again, but it's gonna be very different from the version you played.
Okay.
Spencer's talent is not for spinning nonsense endlessly. I think Spencer's more a gifted free associator. So I'm just gonna hand you a draft cliche, and you just tell me the person, whether they've been drafted or not, that you associate this phrase with.
Okay, that'd be from this year's class.
Whoever you want, man. I don't know who's watching the show at this point. All right, here's your first one. Read it out loud.
People are watching.
Combine wonder. Combine wonder. Let's see. Well, historically, that's Tony Mandrich, right? There's like the ultimate combine wonder. And also, Dalvin Cook came up because he wasn't. I don't know. Like, I saw combine wonder, and I was like, yeah, Dalvin Cook. Cost you millions, buddy. But yeah, that's my free associate. Let's keep going. Slow out of his brakes. Also, Dalvin Cook.
No problem.
I do. Wingspan. Wingspan. Myles Garrett. Anything positive, I'm just going to say Myles Garrett. Let's see. Flat.
The Bills have taken Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White, we talked about replacing Stephon Gilmore, fortifying that defensive backfield, and did a great job for LSU. Needs to perhaps get a little bit more physical, but could run with anybody in the SEC. And listen, if you can help guard against whatever Tom Brady is going to throw at Buffalo corners and the Buffalo defense, that's a good thing. So how do you guys feel about this pick?
I feel fine in terms of LSU DBs.
Yeah.
They tend to develop well. He had some time. See, there we go. So in terms of that, sure.
Foch?
Yeah, no, I mean, they need a cornerback. He can slot right into the starting lineup right away. I mean, obviously you want that with your first round pick, but I mean, he'll be starting this fall, and they needed depth. They needed something.
Absolutely. And a number of talented players still on the board, so we'll keep track. Dallas now on the board. And we have a trade. I believe the Browns have now officially traded up to Green Bay's pick at 29. I'm sorry, Social Desk, for scooping you, but hit that gong if you got it. You don't have to.
You broke my heart. I'm not hitting the gun.
You don't
What
get
I do
a
have,
gun.
what I do have is a very good tweet. We talked about this earlier, and now I want to actually show it. This is Forrest Lamp's tweet that he did, showing off that he did a tweet, just like Charlotte did a wine,
I didn't do a wine.
showing off his sponsorship from Lamps Plus. A few things I want to point out before we even get to the photo.
I could write 5,000 words.
First of all, he still hasn't been picked yet, but also this was tweeted this morning. And so it was just excited to light things up in my new team city. And second thing, no, it's more my new team city.
That's like
which is adorable.
insert city here.
And I'm also a big fan of
I'm excited to play for the Denver Broncos.
I'm a big fan of the two emojis too.
Why does it
name
have
can
like
be-
a Stranger Things
Forrest
look
Lamp,
going on?
get it? Yeah, and look at his hair. And yeah, it's very Stranger Things font.
It's
they just they
it's like you got home and turned on the light, and Forrest Lamp was like, "Hello, Clarice.
Real quick.
It's lovely to
You
see you
can see
again."
the photographer. You can see the photographer in the lamp.
Come on,
Oh my
Lamps
God.
Plus doesn't have the money to sponsor a first-round talent and pay.
They also-
I'm just saying, hire vampires and
They
you won't have
also
this problem.
definitely did just go to the Stranger Things font generator.
Yeah. Can we
It's
go?
pretty
Can we see
spooky.
his face here? Well.
Speaking of vampires.
Okay. Yeah.
He said light things up because it's a lamp.
John's explaining that he said
I
things
can
up
neither
because it's
confirm
only-
nor deny that. We're gonna go back to the desk. Guys, hello.
Hi, Seth.
You guys were killing it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. The Cowboys are on the clock.
Cowboys are on the clock.
Cowboys don't have a ton of offensive needs at this
No.
point, but all over the defense, they're either old or they just need a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
So going into the draft, how did you feel about where Dallas needed to go?
I am hoping that they go secondary early and often.
Okay.
They obviously have to replace a bunch of snaps from Carr and Claiborne and Church, Wilcox even.
Yep.
Marinelli inherited a lot of those guys, so he hasn't ever had corners that can play the defense that he wants. He does. So I'm hoping they can get him a guy like that. But what I'm expecting is they go D end because I think they just secondary's deep this year, so they'll go for that later.
There's a lot of value later on. Alex, where do you see them going?
I could see them going D-line. I don't think it would make sense because Rod Marinelli might be the preeminent defensive line developer that there is in the NFL.
And he has so many names already. It's kind of a stacked rotation. Like, they don't have the name yet.
It's by committee, but they get the job done.
I think there's a chance that they do take the best name in the draft, and then they have a name, but, like, he's no Myles Garrett.
Fair enough.
The name being
Taco Charlton. Taco Charlton. But again, that's another position of depth at this point with guys still left. You have Malik McDowell. You have, Charles Harris and Takk McKinley are off the board. But Malik McDowell, Chris Wormley from Michigan, his teammate. Caleb Brantley from Florida, another name that's sort of inside-outside and a huge effort guy. They could go in a number of different directions.
I would personally go safety. You don't want Jeff Heath or Bob Blanton starting for you.
I mean, there's a handful of corners.
It's our dude, Taco Charlton.
Taco! Joe's very excited.
I'm eating tacos.
See, he was miming the tacos as they were being eaten. So Taco Charlton, a very productive defensive end for Michigan, perhaps the best or one of like the 2 or 3 best defenses in the country this past year.
I mean, he has the size that you want, I guess. I mean, if Marinelli had his hands involved in this pick, then gotta trust that. Will McClay has shown he can make some good first-round picks.
Yep.
I just hope that like second, third round are both secondary. Then if they went
start investing heavily there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alex, do you see him as more of a crunchy defensive lineman or sort of soft in the way he plays? Tacos. Joe got it.
The guy did play for Jimmy Harbaugh, so you can't call him soft.
Jimmy Harbaugh, as everybody calls him. So Dallas going up front with their pick, and in a division with difficult offense, it's not the worst plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think every Cowboys fan is a winner tonight, and the fact that Jerry Jones didn't trade up.
Jerry Jones didn't trade up.
That's cool.
I think they locked him out of the facility tonight. I think it was a sort of thing like, guys, hello? Hey, that sounded exactly like Jerry Jones. That sounded exactly like Jerry Jones.
They VR'd him.
So you wanted them to go secondary. You were thinking specifically safety. And still, Marcus Williams from Utah, who I think in maybe a number of other years is a first-round talent. He's fallen to this point. Desmond King from Iowa,
I think
another
an interesting second-rounder for the Cowboys, specifically with how they've treated the second round in draft, is Sidney Jones, your boy.
And he should be good to go by September. The Achilles should be a long-term detriment. Yeah. He would have been probably top 10, 12 pick if it weren't for the Achilles injury.
Can I ask a question to
Please,
Alex?
Ryan.
Alex, terrorists tell you that they have Jim Harbaugh in one room and they're going to kill him, or they have your brother Dan in the other room and they're going to cut off his dominant hand, and you have to choose which option you're going to go with. The other one is definitely
more of a runner.
He is more of a runner, and he can learn how to adjust with using his left hand.
Great.
Come
you
on.
are
He'll stay alive.
You're a monster.
And kind brother.
You are a monster.
What about full arm?
He's still alive, folks.
This is unbelievable. The only question I have is somebody like Sidney Jones with the Achilles injury. Cowboys recently took Jalen Smith, and one of those guys that Sidney Jones is not a stash away for a year type of guy, but at a certain point, you got to have guys who can contribute immediately.
Jalen Smith, who's now wiggling his toes.
He is wiggling his toes.
So
good for him. Fair
MVP
enough.
of the defense.
All right. It is time. It has been far too long. It is time for Knocker Ball.
Oh, come on in.
Who doth we have
Oh,
as
I would not wanna
contestants?
get hit by Elena.
It's going to be a thumbs up for Elena, I'm telling you
Low
right
center
now.
of gravity.
And it's going to be a heart for
We've
Joe.
got Joe.
Who are they hitting? Who's in the ball?
Heart for Joe.
Who's to say?
Oh, Elena's son.
So give me
One thing we can
Facebook.
agree on.
Oh my God.
Good luck to you, sir.
So we have
Facebook,
we have
thumbs up
Tyler.
for Elena. Heart for Joe.
Thumbs up for Elena. How we doing, Seth?
Elena. Let's go, Elena.
The votes are coming in.
I want to see Elena do this, yeah. Smash the thumb.
You do not want to get hit by Elena.
Smash the thumb.
Are you deferring to Elena? Is that what's happening right now?
No, let the people decide.
Tyler's going to get
We're
hit
getting thumbs up anyway. Elena, it's you. You're getting the thumbs up. It's all for Elena.
Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Got these straight! Elena.
So I would like to say,
Baby Groot.
Tyler made a huge problem a huge mistake in not letting his boss just absolutely deck him. But that was such a good effort. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I have such little cartilage in these knees. I'm just so happy I made it down the hallway.
Oh, same. You just...
How did the impact feel? How did the impact feel?
It felt so joyous to just slap him around a little bit.
We asked the New Orleans Saint to make a big hit without a penalty bounty.
Oh.
Do you think I'm against bounties? I had a ring. You can go home.
Dan,
That's how SB Nation's run.
save us from ourselves.
All right. Fair enough. So, Browns are back on the clock.
Browns are back. What?
Because they made a trade with the Green Bay Packers. I'm kind of tired of talking about the Browns at this point, with them not taking picks or being boring with their picks.
I feel like this has got to be a quarterback.
Is it Kaiser?
Kaiser or Webb would be my guess.
Kaiser from Ohio. Where's Jess? Jess, is Deshaun Kaiser from Ohio?
The Browns pick. He's announced it.
The Browns pick is in. It's David Njoku.
Oh, tight ends. So the Browns.
A little safety blanket for Brock Osweiler.
A safety blanket for Brock Osweiler. Nobody else will say that.
Guys, stop
because it's so depressing a sentence. It is so depressing. But David Njoku, a legitimately terrifying tight end, comes to us from Miami, is built like a Greek god, is an athletic marvel, but not a complete tight end at this point. And how do you guys feel, just generally speaking, about taking a pass catcher when you're not confident in the pass thrower you have?
I think it's a fantastic move.
Okay, why is that?
Because it's Cleveland. I don't know. I got nothing on this. I talked out my ass for the Cowboys. I can't do the same for the Browns.
The thing that seems...
His name's David.
David Njoku. The thing that seems kind of strange is tight ends develop slowly. Now, Vernon Davis, who was taken in the first round by the 49ers
he didn't blow up till his fourth year.
But he didn't blow up till his fourth year. Jason Witten was not an immediate impact in 1947 when he started playing.
Well, the war was affecting
the war
game
was,
mightily.
He had the gangrene. This does seem strange that he will not be given an opportunity to develop right away into at least to get to that point as a fourth-year guy.
And let's not forget, I mean, I'm all for best player available, and Njoku very well might have been. That said, they do have Gary Barnidge, who's one of their stronger players.
Yep.
So definitely not a pressing need.
I feel like it's weird, though, that they traded up before the Cowboys even picked to take.
Yeah, without even knowing that their guy would be there. And it would have been outlandish for Dallas to have taken him, heir apparent for Witten. But
no, you're right. There was a chance for them to take it because it was outlandish.
It's true.
Ryan, what's on your mind? Where's Ryan? There is Ryan.
I'm here with my good friend John. We're gonna do our entire show card show for the rest of the, no.
Oh, good.
Do that. John is going to offer me a hypothetical. I don't know what it is, and I don't trust John to be nice about it.
I'm not a nice guy, Ryan. Here's your hypothetical. Okay, this is an A or B. Pick option A or option B. Option A, you become the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. You're drafted first overall, and you are amazing. Your career passer rating is 105.9. You win 4 Super Bowls in Miami. You are a god in Southern Florida, which you already are, but you are in this one too.
That's why I'm so tan.
Yeah. Option B, I get a wooden barrel, put it upright, throw a couple sandwiches in it, throw you in it, close it up, screw it tight, nail it shut, roll you down a mountain.
Do the sandwiches have crust?
Yeah, they do have crust. Actually, one of the sandwiches is just heels, just 2 heels of the bread.
Oh. Now I can't.
God, that's horrible.
I can't take it. I guess I'll be the Dolphins' best quarterback ever.
We got it. We got it. Dan, there's your answer.
Thanks, John. I was over here racking my brain. I didn't know because barrels are so fun. Yeah. Because you talk about something more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Immediately fun. That's what you think about.
Otherwise, monkeys are no fun.
Let's go in the other direction and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've talked about fun too much. What do the Steelers need here, picking at the bottom of the first round?
Well, Dan, I made a list of my demands.
Full list.
Earlier tonight.
These are her demands.
These are my demands. I hope Kevin Colbert.
He has 4 to 8 demands.
Okay. Let the record show I am a Notre Dame fan, and I will not stand for foreign.
This is good art.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 1 on my list was Jabril Peppers. He's gone.
Gone.
Could have used a good safety.
Yep.
I think the Steelers last year drafted a corner in the first round, so they're not going to do it again this year. We really want an outside linebacker, though, as you can see on my list.
Yes.
So we have T.J. Watt left.
Yeah.
Do not mind him. We'll take him.
Let me stop you right there.
Quickly, Alex.
You're
Guess who's the pick?
Maybe TJ Watt, but I don't know.
It's TJ Watt.
It's TJ Watt. You guys got a Watt. How do you feel about that? So a little bit. You're very old at outside linebacker at the moment because of Jerome Harrison.
Yeah, James Harrison led the
James
Steelers
Harrison.
in sacks last year, and now he's 39, so I don't know how much longer he's really going to be able to pull that off, but
Spoiler, I don't think it is much time.
he's on a 2-year contract, though, that just started, so maybe we can have him for another 2 years. Either way, I'm happy drafting an outside linebacker. Steelers have had, not a lot of busts in the first round in the last 10 years, other than Jarvis Jones.
Yeah, I think this would be an attempt to rectify the Jarvis Jones.
Right, Ryan Shazier has been really good for
Bud
Pittsburgh.
Dupree, really good in his second year.
Yep.
TJ Watt, he's going to be here. We're all going to compare him to JJ.
Right. A different position,
He
obviously.
plays a different position. He's a stand-up linebacker. He does some things that are pretty JJ-like.
Yes.
You can watch a video of him, albeit against Purdue and not an NFL team, but tipping a pass to himself, running it back for a touchdown. Similar 40 time. Didn't
Also,
benches much,
if
but-
I'm not mistaken, he started out as a tight end.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe if the outside linebacker thing doesn't work, he can be like the next Heath Miller.
I don't think it works like that in the NFL.
I think in the NFL it can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay, that's.
And Yinders
again.
will love him. He will be the most popular. He will be the most popular boy at Primanti Brothers when he comes to Pittsburgh.
He absolutely will have a Primanti Brothers sandwich named after him in the next 20 minutes.
So TJ Watt officially a Pittsburgh Steeler. Seth.
We have a trade.
A trade?
The 31st pick will not be made by the Seattle Seahawks. It will be made by the San Francisco 49ers.
The San
There was a
Francisco
trade.
Football 49ers.
Woo-wee.
We have groaning Seahawks fans over here who aren't used to this by now.
I mean, so trading back from 26 to 31 is exactly what they did last year.
Right.
I'm mic'd up. It's cool.
Oh, okay, that's true.
And then they have not taken their original first-round draft pick since 2011.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
I guess they want more picks, but I would just kind of like to have like a good offensive lineman. It would be really nice.
Fair enough.
I like that Pete Carroll treats the first round like jury duty. He's like, ugh, I would like to defer. Ugh.
Did we pay attention to the
Please,
Seahawks draft clues this year? Pete Carroll put out his clues as usual. There are a couple of The Voice.
That's not worth my time. It's
Pete Carroll's tweets are not worth Matt Alfred's
no,
time.
it's they're so vague that you could talk yourself into anything. Like whoever you happen to like, ooh, he referenced mountains, and they're like Colorado, no, West Virginia because of Mountaineers. So there's no
Appalachian
way
State.
to know. So
fair enough.
I don't think they're actually clues. I think they're just ways to mess with people.
Alex Rubenstein, sit next to Ryan. Let's talk 49ers at 31, trading up.
God.
So they traded up recently to grab who last year?
Talks about the 49ers all day,
Yes.
every day. Can't we ask him about art?
Alex, who's
Alex,
your favorite
what's your favorite
impressionist?
opera?
The Phantom.
Joshua Garnett is who the
Joshua Garnett last year, offensive line, and the 49ers have needs pretty much everywhere. Do you think this is because they're particularly enamored with anybody?
Reuben Foster is a
That's your
guy
guess?
that fit very, very nicely into that 49ers.
He's kind of Patrick Willisy, is he not?
I don't like to call anyone Patrick Willisy, but if I had to call someone Patrick Willisy, it would be Reuben Foster.
Do you believe it could be a quarterback?
No.
Not a quarterback. Deshaun Kaiser was mocked to San Francisco. You do feel strongly that it's linebacker.
I feel, yes, and I feel that with the Malcolm Smith signing, which is just a Band-Aid.
Super Bowl MVP.
Not a good football player.
Yep.
That I see him kind of taking over long term on that weak side.
Who would
What terrible nickname will you give Reuben Foster
Rubes.
if they draft him?
Rubenstein Foster.
Ruby.
Sandwich.
Rubik's Cubenstein.
What?
See, what is that?
What did he
does that
say?
mean? What he said Rubik's.
No, just Rubes. Just Rubes.
Rubes. Okay.
What's your name?
San Francisco, do you get a sense that this is going to be a Kyle Shanahan draft strategy? I'll start with the two of you up here first.
Well, as a Notre Dame fan, I'm drafting Deshaun Kaiser at 31 because that is a steal.
Wait, can I ask a question? What was San Francisco's record last year?
I mean, we swept the Rams.
Was it 2 and 14?
Got to start somewhere.
So 4 and 8 would represent a doubling of the win total.
That is true.
Very true, yes.
That makes sense.
And it would establish a weird 12-game season, but yeah.
Is there any other, Alex?
Oh my God!
Alex, is there another player that you would feel is worthy of trading up for, other than Reuben Foster?
Not to be biased, but maybe Buda Baker, Kevin King.
Do they need defensive backfield up? Of course they do. We're talking about the 49ers. Of course they do.
And even Sidney Jones, 3 Washington Husky DBs. That might be some of the 3 best DBs left on the board. Could easily be good fits in that defense.
For no real reason, can we cut to John Boyce? Can we just show John Boyce?
John did that with his mind.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go loud. We don't have a lot
John
left.
has powers.
I have 2 San Francisco 49ers announcements. 1, I put Joe Montana's foot all the way through his face. 2, the pick is in. It's Reuben Foster.
Hey, Reuben Foster.
Congratulations, Alex.
So,
Get him on our shoulders.
so a definite building block for the future, having a linebacker like that. The 49ers have a history of building around really good linebackers. Reuben Foster with some issues around the combine, but in terms of talent, he's a top 8 talent in this draft.
He's top, maybe even a top 5 talent. I mean, this guy is it. I mentioned this earlier with Jonathan Allen. I feel like he overused the term, but he's a 5-star, 5-star.
Right.
Absolute physical, just.
He's a missile. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's incredible. The things that he can do on the football field. He got away with probably more uncalled targetings than any player in college football over the last few years.
Which is now an NFL rule.
Oh, it is now an NFL rule. I was about to say
true.
that would be a kind of an opportunity there, but I guess probably not.
Oh God.
Either way, gonna be a great player.
Gonna be a great player, and we have 2 great players here already, Charlotte and Seth at the social desk.
Yeah, we have something to show you guys.
What do we have?
We have 2 tweets, 1 new, 1 old. This is from JJ Watt.
This is JJ saying, yeah, TJ Watt.
By the way, I'm curious. JJ Watt has 3.3 million followers. TJ Watt has 36,000 followers.
That's not bad.
No.
He's dream chasing, and by that he means
He's
needs
just
a
trying
lot
to get as many
more
followers
Twitter
as his
followers.
brother.
One more tweet, and this is an old one.
What do we
This
have?
is my favorite. It's Taco Charlton tweeting at Taco Bell saying, just got some at Taco Bell and they forgot my cinnamon twist. How could they do this to me of all people?
And then, so what's
And then
interesting
you
is
have
that Taco Bell PR responded, and yet actual Taco Bell won't follow the man on Twitter no matter how much we ask him.
Such garbage.
What did Taco Bell PR say?
Let's make up, DM us.
They tried to.
They DM'd him a little cinnamon
they were
twist.
like, we'll let you follow us, but we're not gonna follow you to DM you. So, rude.
Still hasn't followed him.
Can we go back to TJ Watt for a second?
Sure.
He's got an underscore in his Twitter handle. That's weak. That is
It's
a
not
weak
even
social
like,
game.
at real TJ
Should we
Watt.
see who
Yeah, who does TJ Watt?
Twitter.com
Yeah, who's the real TJ Watt?
/
Come on,
TJ
Weird
Watt.
Autofill.
I hope
Come
it's
on,
really
Weird
weird.
Autofill.
Tony Watt.
Gotcha.
High school age learners.
Yes.
I would
Actually, I've got some news coming in.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. I've got news coming in. The Steelers actually drafted this TJ Watt.
Can we see the 5 followers for this person?
TJ Watt's 5. No.
Oh,
'cause
sign
I'm
up
not
for Twitter,
logged
you
in.
idiot.
Wow.
Get a Twitter account. It'll change your
I'm
life.
giving it back to Dan while I get a Twitter
We're not
account.
playing with that fire.
So
Oh, you
that's
did.
not on Twitter.
No.
All right. Guess what, everybody? I do have a guitar.
Time to do wine.
Okay. So the Pats are on the board. And there's nothing that fun about the Pats.
Wait, the
Trying
Pats?
to seduce these two?
No, the Pats traded it to New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Yes.
That's the show.
Yeah.
That's everything we got.
I mean, you just don't want to hang around for a Saints weekend.
I don't want to hang around
It's
for the
fine.
Saints. It's fine. Where does New Orleans go?
All the way. Saints go all the way. Saints go all the. That's an old school Saints fan song. Shout out to Canal Street Chronicles. Hi. You know what I'm talking about.
That's true. That is true. So the Saints have this pick because they trade Brandon Cooks to New England. Is there a pressing need now that they have a top-notch corner added to their roster? Where do they go from here?
I would still say you could get another safety. We got a lot of young ones. I don't care. We'll get some backups because our
Safety.
Yes, because our defense was decimated last year, and we gave Jarris Bird the boot. So
I like how you keep saying last year. Like the Saints having an awful defense is a 5-year trend.
Time out. This is a thing that we hope and pray will get corrected every year. And what is what do sports fans have if not for hope?
That's true. So we've been on for about 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Is that
Feeling
long?
strong.
It feels like just 20 minutes.
It feels like a
glowing.
long time. I'm glowing. That's the lights.
The latest Dan has been up since 2004?
This is rough for me, Ryan. I'm struggling. I had chocolate for the caffeine a few minutes ago. How do you think we did? What is our draft grade?
I think that I'm glad you asked about the Seahawks, Dan. They've got 6 picks tomorrow on day 2.
Do
of
they
the draft.
really?
They have 2 second-rounders and 4 third-rounders after trading back twice. I am hopeful that they fill some needs. So.
Oh, way to pivot out of Dan's actual question.
Who are the best players left?
Is Forrest Lamp still out there?
Forrest Lamp is still. I love Lamp.
No one else does. Sorry.
And there's still Kevin King is still out there.
Absolutely, he is. Sidney Jones.
There's cornerbacks, there's safeties, there's a couple offensive linemen that I still like,
Right.
and just 2 picks until the 3 picks until the Seahawks go again. So
How much of tomorrow's draft coverage are you going to?
Oh, yes, let's go. Let's know now.
32nd
Ryan.
pick in the NFL draft is.
Ryan Ramczyk.
that was one of the ones I wanted for the Seahawks. That's a good pick.
Hey, bud.
So Ryan Ramczyk, Wisconsin.
Gets to protect my quarterback.
Wisconsin, producers of all grade American beef.
Yeah.
Grade A American beef.
And that is what we're counting on.
Yeah.
A pretty decent pick, I would say, all things considered. Some people had him as a top 15 pick. He falls to New Orleans at 32. They're protecting Drew Brees.
Wisconsin.
That's all it is.
And I'm so glad that we have him and didn't trade the farm.
Cool. That's all we got.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it over there. I don't want to hear
He
it.
said he'll bring kielbasa.
Can we finish the pizza draft?
Yeah, who do you want?
Oh, yeah.
What topping do you want?
Yeah.
You have 10 seconds.
We gotta finish the pizza draft.
Finish the pizza draft?
Yeah, come on.
Go.
Third topic.
Come on.
4,
Elena.
3.
Mushrooms, go.
Mushrooms.
Good pizza.
Facebook was next.
Yeah. What are we gonna give Facebook?
What do you want to give Facebook?
Eggplant.
Yep.
Eggplant.
Suck it.
Trash pizza.
Garbage pizza. Matt's next.
Black olives.
Black olives.
Feel good
Dan.
about this.
What is left? I can't see that far.
Okay, pineapple, ham, salami, sun-dried tomatoes, and anchovies.
Give me the sun-dried tomatoes.
Ugh.
It's not good on a pizza.
All right, I am going to tentatively declare
Matt.
Elena's pizza the winner.
Wow.
Pew, 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 finger
Artichoke just sung. You picked. It was
Artichoke
a
is
panic
great.
pick. This is a pick that Charlotte would have made, and that's why I don't feel great about it
All right.
And with that,
because it makes no sense.
with that, we're gonna say goodbye.
That-
Dan, do you know how to play Future's Mask Off on guitar?
Yeah, hold on one second. Is it? Hold on. No. Okay. We have spent so much time on this set. Thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to everybody here for participating.
Yeah.
Thank you to our incredible crew. Thank you to the Bubbles.
Thank you to the gong.
Who won the Scrabble game?
Who won Scrabble?
No one!
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Read SBNation.com. We'll see you soon.